be RNTX, maybe your favorite will be Sacrishine, but who knows? Underdog can rise because this is Wardrum Games. We have seen in Nerd a lot of underdogs performances, a lot of upsets being happen. So why not in Mythic Showdown Season 2? So if you want to witness it, let your friends know, let your girlfriends, friends, whoever playing this game, even if someone is not playing
Venom
the game, let
Esports
them know that something is cooking in Indian scene for MOBA 5v5. Let them come here, let them
team
witness
owner
it,
ne
let them
Venom di
join
surang ale
our
ne
community as well. And not only that, we have 1 lakh diamond giveaway. Jeff, have you ever heard
giveaway
about this
1 like
massive
diamond
giveaway in any tournament?
giveaway.
I don't think so. So this is the only path to earn some diamonds, not only to witness, but you can also, pull your pockets with the diamonds and can have those sexy skins. But right now,
Squid
back
Game
into the
gi
banger, we're going into the drop
Squid
stage.
Game gi
Jeff,
bot tong ba hero
are you
du
ready
yaure
for it?
ko
What do you feel Venom Esports going to
Squid Game gi
prioritize?
bot tong ba
Who
hero
will
du yaure
Rayuga will be
mayai
taking
de
out
gi
the
je
first pick?
eh
We don't
sorry
need to take
quick
any
link
guesses because we can already see Venom Esports instantly locking on that Kalia alongside Venom Esports. Wait, there's going to be. Oh, wait, Rayuga Esports actually mastered down
maming onai ne moi
yeah, and it was the side of Team Venom Esports. They are actually locking
on
instantly on that
thokre
Lapu Lapu
production problem ni ko
Lancelot
adu
one that
bu
it
on
is going
thokre
to be the
lapu pai
end
gre
game
Venom
here.
gi makutta
Wherever the
pai ba
Lapu
ha
Lapu
bise
goes, either in the goal lane or in the EXP, he
team
can
fight
make
di
sure
ko
that
mai
he
jat
will
pani
be
ko
rotating really quickly as well as making sure that the team fights will be a
yengsi drop
5v5
si yengsi
or a
koi
5v4
Venom
if
manao
the
gai
goal
je
laner or the EX laner is unable to fight. So that
ngasi di
leaves the side of Team Venom Esports with
moina
a
ka bu
really
su yai ko
strong raid, but Team Rayuga Esports, they are not to be left really behind because we can instantly see them picking two hard counters, the Lunox as well as the Esmeralda, the girls who will be making sure that Lapu Lapu will be having the sweetest moment of its time in the land.
lapu gi
Will
counter
be
ne
there. And side of Team Venom
Esmeralda
Esports,
sina
I
lapu
think
gi
they have
counter
missed
adubu
out on
lapu je
a
goal in thado
opportunity
khaju
here
yai
because
ko
I can only see a YZ
goal in the
and
lapu
some
thado
KD
khaga
being backed
esma
off.
ga
But
yaina
the side
bangamba
of Team
exp
Rayuga,
ngo pai khalak
they
ko
have
su
banned
yai
out that
Venom na
chunky guys, knowing that the Alice can be a
Xbox po
really
igra
amazing
direct po
hero
igra
over ruins. Just straight towards the back line with the orb
ke
mode, the
Jujin
combo
play la
instantly
Jujin play
immobilizing, and the
ko
follow-up
Squid Game
Phoenix
hero gi
Sato Kacha is going to be lethal. But this time it's not going to be happening because these heroes are going to be banned off, and Venom Esports only making sure that it's going to be Ray's favorite hero, Lucian, that will be in the pick section.
Venom je mai tem janga
Must
tar
be
mane
exciting because
Venom di mai
like
tem
in the
janga tar mo
MPL scene,
manga
you're
ma
gonna see that Chushin is like the goddess in the mid lane. But in the Indian scene, there's more prioritizing the Kimi, the Lunox, the burst ones. But like Jushin can also burst you out with a magic penetration with the Lantern player. So too, she can give that hindrance with those stuns, with those pullouts. So obviously, she is a very core mage in the mid lane. But people in India, I believe, like they're
yeng
not
si ko
so much into it, so they don't pick it. But in the latter stage, you're gonna find that Jushin very much exchanging with the Lunox or to the Kimi draft, trading out, you can say that. But currently, the first picking phase is over from both these sides. As you can see, the bans are coming in. It will be the Fedrin from the side of Venom Esports, and from the side of Team Rayuga Esports, they're going for the Ruby ban. Not the Ruby, the Natan ban here. That's a good choice because like the Natan in the late game,
Shinigami
when
natro
he will
mane
get the spike,
Shinigami
he
do
can actually bust
mane
out.
mane
He can actually take down those structures
maming
easily.
do
And
lairong yam sat
not
le
only
ko
in the pushing strategy,
tournament
but
sigi
in
tournament de
jungle,
lairong sat pa maming ma
team
yaw ya de ko aduna
diversification, you need to catch up the
ming gai
Natan
jam
and it's
simple
not so
loina
easy with
thammo
the
na
flicker and
organizer
with
gai
the
na haiba
entropy.
dugi
The entropy do have
manao
in
je
the
maming
lane.
singri ne
So of course, you need to
mai
take
maming
it
jana
out.
lairong sat
It's
lamme
in the
ba
meta right now. But talking about the meta, currently you cannot decide it out that who
tang
is
khaim
going
to
to
le
take
chale
the
se
gold.
drop
You
se
cannot
ke
even
ben
say like
u
this.
de Fedrin
Esmeralda
ben
is going
la
to the EXP or that Lapu
Fedrin
Lapu is
ben
going
ga
to the
YSS ben
EXP.
ga
They might be into the goal lane.
adu
They
bu
might
thamus
be
play
going
mu
for
u
that
bai ko
goal
lapu
lane
lapu golo
flash
chakraga
1v1 because fighters are right now getting prioritized into the goal
thamus
lane as
play
well.
mu su u
But
bai
thinking about it, I've been thinking like, why not Minotaur for the side of Team Venom Esports? Because it's more like the Minotaur is right now the Guardian helmet, walking Guardian helmet. Our friend Ray has already been stated this in the in a GC,
walking guardian
and
helmet
then when
hai
I read it, when
walo
I went to the game, I read the patch as well. I was like, yup, bro, he's the walking Guardian helmet, having the Flask of Oasis, Oracle. He becomes the walking Guardian helmet. So of course, like Minotaur might be the prioritized option, might be a good option for the side of Venom Esports, but let's not go to that side. Let's go to the banning phase. Another jungle getting banned, that is the Ishan Shin. You do have the Lancelot, but you're taking out that single double S tier jungle who might be into the S tier right now because he's not having that much buff. But having the early game spike, he might be the one who can destroy you out, who can become a maniac in the later phase of the game, having the early game spike, just like the Natan. But now the drop phase
diary
gets
ni
into
ko
the second
sidi
phase.
diary pa
On
bu
deck.
pa de ne
Any cases? Can you please tell me?
ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯃꯤꯖꯣꯔꯥꯝꯒꯤ ꯂꯦꯟꯗꯁꯨ ꯗꯥꯏꯔꯤ ꯄꯥꯏꯕ ꯅꯨꯄꯥꯗꯣ ꯕꯦꯁ ꯑꯣꯐ ꯋꯥꯟ ꯕꯦꯁ ꯑꯣꯐ ꯋꯥꯟ ꯉꯥꯛꯇꯅꯤꯀꯣ Swiss stage is all best of one.
Right now, in this current meta, we can see fighters actually worldwide. We do not see much marksmen actually having the mobility skill that they need to be escaping as well as having the damage scaling, which definitely Nathan has. That's why he is in meta and he will be and carrying him against the Granger. He can go through the door, but this time it does not matter because Venom Esports, they have taken your suggestion, Ash. They have instantly logged on towards that Minotaur and they will be making sure that the walking guardian helmet will be there for their hands as well. Like heal, speaking about heal,
Last pick lah moise, last pick. Last pick se Thamus laktoya.
Backliners will be marked really brutally, but right now, the backliner we can see is going to be Zushin, which can also dodge the shadow kill from the Hayabusa, which can actually leave Chocolate Chan a bit of disadvantage.
Diary do moi lekai ni sakhiu hote.
Like I was speaking,
Adubu. Okay, moi gise keno la Esmeralda goal lane chatkre ko. Esmeralda goal lane draft point tawre moi se lapu lapu ko thengna na ba goal lane da. Goal lane da lapu lapu ko thengna na ba ni ko. Aduna lapu je hujik kadai da na moi na tha du je. Lapu lapu EXP dong tha ga doi male. Sida khangani. Venom ki draft sida khangani. Rayuga ka ko kok tha da e moi jo. Tesla pick khangale ne.
They might go for that Ranger had it to be into the safer choice, but Xbox, you cannot forget it out, my friend. It can be the option in the goal.
Yes, yes, Xbox can be the option hai ga.
exactly.
Kai no. Chap program to ne. Lại mút program to ne hey.
Xbox can be a big pick here, expecting that.
It can be the option in the goal as well.
Exactly. Xbox can be a big pick here, expecting that they have 3.
Okay, okay, CC lại. CC goal lên. Chị chấp pa ma le guys. Ai na chấp pia kai no hang re.
To be seized, which still leaves out a question there. Ash, if Lapu Lapu will be going towards the goal.
Ai na chấp pa di man re si jima de. Kari doi jo.
Uripokki flyover dagi thautar ani na ba flyover dagi
To be seized, which still leaves out a question there. Ash, if Lapu Lapu will be going towards the goal for the EX. Because, I mean, if you're asking me,
What the hell?
it's going to be Lapu Lapu on the. Goal lane and CC on the EXP because we usually see a CC
Buffering tàu
dominating
le ne. Wa drone game ka jo. Yeah.
wherever she goes against tanky heroes, but that still is a really tricky question because the CC can counter both the heroes, and wherever she wants to go, she can just go there and actually have.
Comment jo.
winning the
Moi
lane.
comment jo. Ai na chấp pa na
Lapu
teu ko
Lapu,
se.
if he goes
Moi
against
comment
Elixir,
jo.
though,
Moi
he will struggle
hai
a
jo
little
ba.
bit, but once he gets those Bravest fighter, he can actually have a moment expecting that there's also expanding rivers, which will give CC a really good chance to be rotating really early.
Yar
on,
male
but
ko.
there's nothing
Ye
we can
ngasi
do
yar
about
ba
it
male.
because we can still see the side of team
I
Venom
guess
Esports
we're
have a
back.
Minotaur. They have a healer, while the side of Team Rayuga Esports, they have a
I guess we
breakout
are back.
healer, which can give them a really good chance, but we cannot ignore the Lunox who can actually burst down the tankiness on the side of Team Venom Esports. But still the backline hunting, from the side of Team Venom Esports.
Ai na chấp pa na te ko.
As well as that Zushin, but if they want to, they can send out Lapu Lapu onto the backline as well.
But let's see. This is
Hau re. Sound di mut.
sponsored by Vista Official Swiss stage, and this is Esports for
Cái
the
tôi jo.
0.
Kai no.
We're really early.
Som da chalo. ꯑꯁ ꯇꯜꯂꯦ ꯕꯤꯠ ꯌꯥꯝ ꯂꯩꯇꯦ ꯀꯩꯅꯣ ꯀꯞꯄꯦ ꯁꯤꯗꯤ
Call it brutal injury, but the military really they were smart and they let go of the rubber
ꯀꯩꯗꯧꯋꯦ ꯍꯥꯏꯅꯣ
really
ꯈꯪꯗꯦ
early.
ꯃꯣꯏ ꯅꯦꯠꯁꯦ ꯑꯩꯒꯤꯅ ꯅꯠꯇꯦꯀꯣ ꯒꯥꯏ ꯁꯤꯗꯤ ꯑꯩꯒꯤꯅ ꯅꯠꯇꯦꯃꯤ ꯑꯩ ꯅꯦꯠ ꯀꯩꯁꯨ ꯇꯧꯗꯦꯕ ꯑꯩ ꯁꯣꯝ ꯅꯥꯀꯟꯗ ꯌꯦꯡꯗꯅ ꯈꯣꯠꯇꯅ ꯇꯧꯋꯦ My net is working fine.
Before Team Venom Esports good, but before that though, we are speaking about this game. Side of team
ꯌꯦꯡꯁꯦꯀꯣ ꯕꯗꯔꯨꯛꯀꯤ ꯁ꯭ꯇ꯭ꯔꯤꯝꯁꯤ ꯌꯦꯡꯁꯦꯕ ꯀꯦꯝ ꯆꯞꯇꯦ ꯌꯦꯡꯉꯨꯁꯦ ꯁꯤꯀꯤ ꯑꯃꯐꯥꯎ ꯆꯞꯇꯦ ꯁ꯭ꯃꯨꯠ ꯑꯣꯏꯗ꯭ꯔꯣ ꯃꯣꯏꯒꯤꯗꯨꯅꯦꯕ ꯆꯞꯄꯤꯁꯦ ꯃꯤꯒꯤꯗꯤ ꯌꯦꯡꯕꯩ ꯂꯥꯏ ꯂꯣꯏ ꯌꯥꯏꯀꯣ ꯑꯇꯣꯞꯄ ꯚꯤꯗꯤꯑꯣ ꯀꯩꯀꯥꯗꯤ ꯃꯣꯏ ꯍꯧꯖꯤꯛꯀꯤꯗꯨꯅꯦꯕ ꯆꯞꯄꯤꯁꯦ
while we can still see Chocolate Chan
ꯑꯗꯣ
not having the most greatest moment of his life in the jungle
ꯌꯦꯡꯉꯁꯤꯁꯦ
side. He did try to invade, but sadly Kyle already got it. While we can see Vishal already coming.
ꯌꯦꯡꯉꯁꯤ ꯐꯥꯔꯁ ꯕ꯭ꯂꯠ ꯑꯃꯗꯤ ꯂꯥꯛꯅꯔꯅꯤ ꯁꯤꯗ ꯑꯍꯥꯟꯕꯒꯤ
Of course,
ꯇꯔꯇꯜꯁꯤꯗ
with those
ꯅꯨꯡꯉꯥꯏ
stances coming
ꯅꯦꯠꯇꯤ
out from the
ꯅꯨꯡꯉꯥꯏꯇ꯭ꯔꯦꯀꯣ
players
ꯒꯥꯏ
level.
ꯁꯥꯎ ꯌꯥꯗꯦ
Now the Mino
ꯃꯣꯏ
entry
ꯄ꯭ꯔꯗꯛꯁꯟ
comes in
ꯄ꯭ꯔꯣꯕ꯭ꯂꯦꯝꯅꯤ
there.
ꯅꯥꯏꯁ
Something steal out by
ꯔꯥꯌꯨꯒꯥꯅ
Chocolate Chan.
ꯈꯨꯝꯒꯠꯈ꯭ꯔꯦꯀꯣ
They're going for the fight
ꯑꯗꯣ
here. The skirmish happened. First blood being secured
ꯐꯥꯏꯠꯇꯗꯤ
by Venom at
ꯕꯦꯅꯝꯗꯤ
the
ꯋꯥꯟ
back.
ꯇꯥꯕꯅꯤ
Lapu in the meantime looking
ꯐꯥꯏꯠꯀꯤ
for
ꯑꯣꯖꯥ
Mino. Can he
ꯉꯥꯛꯇꯅꯤꯀꯣ
join the
ꯕꯦꯅꯝꯗꯤ
fight? Take out the
ꯂꯣꯏ
Umbrella
ꯍꯥꯠꯈ꯭ꯔꯦ ꯇꯣ
from the team fight. 3
ꯇꯔꯇꯜ
minutes to
ꯑꯃꯒ
go. The Mino goes in. Esmeralda falls in
ꯃꯤ
and
ꯃꯔꯤꯒ
the
ꯑꯣꯟꯅꯕ
tag. It
ꯐꯖꯔꯦ
will be none
ꯇꯥꯋꯔ
other than the
ꯑꯃꯒ
Minox taken out
ꯇꯥꯋꯔꯁꯨ
by
ꯊꯨꯒꯥꯏꯈ꯭ꯔꯅꯤ
Kelly there, and they will be taking out the first here. What a start for the side of
ꯇꯥꯋꯔ
Team
ꯑꯃ
Venom
ꯃꯤ ꯃꯔꯤ
Esports. Even though they lose out the
ꯇꯔꯇꯜ
first
ꯑꯝꯇꯪ
point
ꯑꯣꯟꯅꯕ
division battle, they find some macro in just 3 minutes
ꯃꯩ
of the
ꯆꯠꯂꯦꯍꯦ
gameplay. Zeb,
ꯐꯥꯏꯠꯇꯤ
this is so high right now. Expanding the river area, expanding the zone, expanding the jungle by just taking out the mid tier in 3 minutes. Unbelievable.
Oh man, that's absolutely unbelievable moment that just played out from the side of Team Venom Esports as of now. But on towards the mid lane though, we can still see it's going to be Esmeralda be taken down for now, and that was a really clutch. What do we call it? Save, but will it be enough because Shini the knock up as well? While we can still see the fight, which will be disengaged, but will it be enough though? Because
Yeah, Caribert right now giving that
not
entrance to the Latin player. But
ꯕ꯭ꯔꯣ
yeah,
ꯅꯍꯥꯟ
sure,
ꯀꯤꯖꯣꯒꯒ
it's
ꯁꯥꯟꯅꯕ꯭ꯔꯣ
real. I
ꯁꯥꯟꯅꯩ
mean,
ꯁꯥꯟꯅꯩ
believe me, this guy is
ꯃꯌꯥꯝ
so
ꯅꯦꯠꯁꯦ ꯑꯗꯨꯝ
good that
ꯆꯞꯄꯒꯗꯤꯀꯣ
day as well.
ꯑꯩꯒꯤꯅꯦ
And
ꯑꯩꯒꯤ
today he's
ꯁ꯭ꯇ꯭ꯔꯤꯝꯗꯣ
the
ꯕꯦꯛ
Lapu
ꯆꯠꯂꯒ ꯑꯃꯨꯛ
Lapu.
ꯅꯧꯅ
Just goes in there,
ꯅꯧ
finds the
ꯆꯪꯉꯨꯀꯣ
kill onto.
oh wait, he's knocked
Yeah,
out.
okay, but now the fight's come in, the penalty zone being there, but it will be the quad shadow being used, and what a way to secure the kill onto the Lapu Lapu. Yashu official, we were glazing him, but now he will not get
Oh,
glazed. He'll be taken out, but in the meantime, the blue buff will be stolen out. This is the thing, I mean, your mid tier falls down. You are right now in a vulnerable position. Your jungle area is exposed.
Exactly, that is what happens. You know, I mean, you guys lost the mid lane. You guys lost the mid lane turret as well as you guys lost 4 bodies on towards your side. Is not a good sign, especially on the early game side. But the damage dealt, we can still see KPI having a little upper hand in terms of damage dealt against the Minotaur. But
ꯇꯣꯛꯑꯅꯤ ꯉꯁꯤ ꯋꯥꯁ ꯄꯥꯔꯇꯤ ꯇꯣꯛꯑꯦ ꯅꯃꯥꯏꯃ
somehow the
ꯏ
nation goes.
ꯀꯥꯈꯠꯂꯛꯀꯗꯧꯔꯦ
But on towards the mid lane, though, Reaper might be taken down.
ꯀꯩꯗꯧꯋꯦ ꯍꯥꯏꯅꯣꯅꯦ ꯍꯧꯖꯤꯛꯐꯥꯎ
Oh wait,
Oh, the way he does it out. He used that yo-yo please as well to get some reason out there. But now, a lot of resources burned out. But there you go. Kelly goes in with a counter. Finds the kill there as well as it will be the lantern player, which will be taking out Choco-Chan. And the final blow will be given by Ripper, ripping out the Hayabusa before the second turtle. And now there is no chance you can actually go for this turtle. Contest it down. You don't have the jungle.
oh 3v1.
The
Oh,
moon
yes,
core.
oh, yep, the 3v1 is there. We might see Spicy taken down, but Kyle will be securing the turtle. Is sandwich in between his first tier as well, but oh, before that though, we can still see Kyle picked off with that
maximum quality
slam, but that will be a waste of
this is the maximum quality 1080 pixel ni
The way this
Quality
entrance
is-
coming out from this pulling shit coming out from this Jushin is so high at this
ꯑꯣ
point.
ꯑꯁꯤꯗꯤ ꯀꯩꯅꯣꯅ
which
ꯀꯥꯗꯣꯏ
will
ꯃꯥꯜꯂꯦ
be
ꯕꯦꯅꯝꯅ ꯀꯥꯗꯣꯏ
taking
ꯃꯥꯜꯂꯦ
out
ꯄꯣꯠꯁꯦ
Ray here.
domination
And
zero
no
ꯕꯤ ꯍꯦꯜꯂꯦ
chance for Rayuga at this point to actually flinch it out. So
A pure
they need
domination
to hold
by
the game
Venom.
a little bit longer so that they can have the gap. The gap right now created should be filled out by taking some time in, but those blue buffs are being taken out in front of the eyes from that Hayabusa is actually very painful at this point because he's not getting the farm.
Exactly, I mean, we can still see the items, this Oracle build up on towards Ray, while Enchanted Talisman and War Axe coming for Terisla SS and S.
ꯀꯩ ꯆꯥꯏꯅꯣ ꯆꯅꯥꯅꯦ ꯆꯅꯥ
But not the enough itemization you need, while we can still see on the side of Team Venom Esports. Minotaur has completed his Flask of Oasis, while CT has the Sea Helper. We can see Going for a really high burst though, but all 3v1 scenario. Flick goes towards the minion so that he can have the spellbam, but will it be enough though? Because it's a 4v1 scenario. Might be taken down, which he by Spicy, his own opponent will be taking him down, and with that we can see it's only going to be the 2 deaths from Yasuo, who the cause of
Yadre, yengo yadre si hemangre.
we call it
Saban gre ko.
opening ill for the side of Team Rayuga Esports. But yeah, where I was about the items, elegant gem onto the Zushin, as well as the glowing one already completed for her. It's going to be giving her a really what do we call it? In terms of the team fight, which is a really heavy cost. Esports having a anti-heal life bane item already onto a hero on your opponent's side. That too is a mage who can.
Moi comment me am ji dum saman hai.
Yasuo, but now he's going for that fight, and you're gonna
see Lapu ngata ni ko si jing sai de gi kai de su Lapu hum lak su re.
What a way to secure that kill onto Yasuo. 2 times Yasuo falls down in a row.
Handa ka changa handa ka chapa ga de ai ro ke stream dun change.
Venom Esports, and I don't feel it will get contested.
Handa ka chapa ga de ro ke stream dun change ko.
There, and now he's going for the fight onto the blue buff. Another blue buff still been going on there. The invasion is too high after that mid-tier falls down. Hayabusa, Choco-chan not getting a single chance to even have the fun onto that blue buff. The Crips are taken out from his hand. The score is 8-3 at this point. 5 Legion to the micro. Talking about the goal lead, it is 3,314. It is so good from the Venom Esports at this point. And talking about the macro, they've already taken out all those tier 1s from each and every side of the lanes. So they're right now vulnerable to that Lord push, or you can say the mighty rush from the Lord. So let's see what will be happening. But before that, it will be the first item priority from the Esmeralda, taking out that Oracle for herself, giving out a little bit of reason, or you can say the Absorb will be a little bit high as well at the point. So let's see how this match goes. But currently it is still tilted out toward the side of Venom Esports. They're having the upper hand.
Exactly, the side of Team Venom Esports, they're having the greatest moment of the time at the moment, amount of healing that they are receiving at the same time. The amount of damage they are ditching onto the side of Team Rayuga, that is really questionable about Rayuga Esports. But mistaken though, it's still going to be Spicy with 38.
My team is ayaw bro. My team is red team je. My team jang ata ni moi manga je. Red team manga je. Team jang ata ni ko.
Minotaur being really below. I mean, he went for class 4 basis. We can already see the macro, like we were mentioning in the draft as well, like how Chocolate Chan actually goes in for the turret rather than going for the team fights, and he is doing the exact same here. He's focused on the macro rather than the team fights, which individually is kind of a good thing. I mean, you are a Hayabusa, you can go in, split pushes, have the greatest moment of your life, give out the lane pressure on your opponents, which is there right now. But as we are speaking though, we can see Divine Glaive on towards Lunok being built up, which is going to be giving her a really intense amount of penetration. But Skypius as well falls over the fight though.
The follow-up comes in, the brilliance being used, Flicker Patriot as well, but now the Lancer comes in, Kelly goes in with the Phantom Execution, finds the kill on to Cabinator. In the meantime, we're going to see that famous fighter being used as well. Ogi Shadow kill comes by Choco-chan, he goes back there with a 1-for-none trade. It will be Team Venom Esports having the high ground here in this game number 1. 0-1 bracket at the Swiss stage at Vnom Games, and it will be giving the Lord advantage for the side of Team Venom Esports in the very first
Kurai versus top ne.
There will be the split push going into the bot side, taking out one tier 1 from the bot, but it will be Yasuo official following up there, clearing out the waves, making sure that another structure
energy khar yaw do ma net chap pe ne do ne kap pe ne je.
Before that, the slash comes in, the posture
Mi je phana me ngam mane ko.
Retaliation happened there. The
Net chap pada gi de khai me mang ngam.
To the lot side, but carry burns in the meantime. Finds the kill onto Ray. It will be the solo kill in the off-cam scene.
Hojik pudi yar ma le ka ne je.
Falling down there before the Lord rush, and now
kap pani ngasai ku kap to.
Holy blessings.
Turtle dagi hoga is kapsan bi kanano khapi je tieng lo.
Now the Mega Minions goes in there. The tier 2 will be taken out at this position, and we're gonna see those Cannon Minion and the Lord Rush being there. Holy blessing goes up. Puncture being used. Lancy goes in there.
Ado base sang ba hi bring ji Venom ga mu je. Fight to di mo ti hai re base sang ba hi bring.
There will be the fight coming in. A redemption arc being written by the side of Rayuga Esports. It will not be much. They're deflecting out the Lord, but the inhibitors are standing strong into the mid side, so it will not be easy to actually deflect it out.
EBT le bro, no.
Exactly. The side of
EBT ding ngarang ni ko.
Trying to ditch out as much damage
Ngasi je kana na am lai bane.
Have the opening to just go ahead and clear out the Nexus here, but oh, pick off though.
Tsunami slam, kidnap happen, Kevinator goes in with a brilliant punctured, and there will be the escape from the land sea, but it will be Yashu official, will be targeting out Kevinator in that meantime, and we're gonna see the zone comes up, Ray finds a kill on two, Yashu official in the meantime, 2 for 2 comes up, Spicy goes down as well, the EXP laner for the EXP laner, look at the burst, my goodness, Lancy, and he goes for that engage, he goes in there, Flicker comes out, baited up, oh my goodness, the Shuriken comes in as well, but the demonic Shuriken cannot be taken out here, Kaylee, and goes back there, 2 for 2 trade, taking out the inhibitor, win the Lord Rush, everything settled for the side of Vnom Esports. They're still in the upper hand, 12-5 is the score is, there is a goal lead of 5,000 almost, and you're gonna see the item sections there.
Let's not build the full load.
You can still see Kaylee not building any defenses on her, which is going to be leaving her being taken down really. Speaking about that though, she still has the flame time.
Afukabi Afukabi se yaw dress the yaw dress tournaments. Afukabi lotion gre.
Damage that he can ditch out on towards the opponents, knowing that they are tanks. That is going to be the only wise move, but we can see a lot of penetration and melting for the tanks coming in from Lunox, even though she can go in for the casual build with the Glowing One, Genius One and others. I mean, the usual build that we don't see on Lunox, but this is coming in for Kevin Inter, so he's definitely cooking up something while Chocolate Chan completes his OD finally, while only person who is taking
up
and Spicy, they are being melted down every time the fights, while Vishal is to stand on towards his ground really firmly.
Ice Spiker, Lapu Ice Spiker
will be here, the
Lord Chotole
spawning in the land of Dawn, which will be giving the
bro Kelly young blood teenager mane
advantage, as well as having 5k gold lead on towards their hand, even towards the 30-minute mark, which is going to be giving them a really decent amount of advantage in terms of the fights. But the side of Team Rayuga Esports making sure that the macro does not fall even more on towards their back, because they are getting pressurized a lot, while the Lord will be slain off from the side of Team Vnom Esports and Rayuga Esports. They need to make sure that their items will be built up, and we can finally see a dominance coming in, but the immense though.
Kaino.
Yeah, the engage there, the Minnow and Fury being used as well. The play come from the backside, it will be the Jushin, of course, giving out the follow-up. In the meantime, we're going to see the clearance of the waves into the mid side as well. Lord coming into the height goes in.
Lord Tilak skill the Shishinagre, Buttercup penalty. Lord Tadika.
He's actually doing a good thing. He's taking out that time from the Lord Rush, and there you go. With the help of the Core Shadow, he goes back there. I don't feel chasing him will actually be a good thing here, but might be a good thing because he will be out from the team fight, and that will be time to actually go for that waves. Clear out the waves with the help of the Core Shadow, Woogie Shadow kill as well, but the Tsunami Slam comes in. Kaylee goes in with the puncture, finds a kill onto the Ray there, and now the Throne Rose comes in, might be going for the double kill at this point.
I think this is it. I think this will be it. Well played, Vnom Esports. Rico Kapsan B, Tinjan B. Nice.
Onto the Nexus, and it will be falling into the side of Team Vnom Esports.
Vnom na kagrega.
Their first win at MYTHIC Showdown Season 2 in the 0-1 bracket by taking on.
Nice. Well played. Ma'am like namsiko. Vnom Esports hai je khoi gi maitai gi team ni. Maitai misa manga ni ko.
And you're gonna see this type of destruction, dominating play from Vnom Esports. I told you.
Well played, Rayuga Esports. Well played, Vnom Esports. Then Subham Unscripted. Thank you, and Biren, for the 1,000 rupees super chat. Thank you. Ma'am super chat se like namsiko. Kelly na ta. Is Kelly si da. Young ni si da.
706, and this is high godlike play from the Kaylee. Absolutely carry, absolutely cinematic, absolutely dramatic.
Young ne lampak ta ka sien ma da ui hum taw re ma sak se.
Just look at the tower damage she has, as well as the damage she's been ditching out. But Rayuga Esports,
Vnom ni sathi team fight ka ri mai chat pa
they need to utilize, but sadly they weren't able to do it, while the side of Team Rayuga Esports, while the side of Team Vnom Esports,
ibidi point se announce to drima le point se khang de ne point se kama kya ka lai na khang de Swiss test or kan khang ani point si Swiss test or kan da
10k goal lead coming on towards
Vnom aggressive as hell.
Zushin 8.5k,
Very aggressive.
10 KD as well, Lancelot 706, definitely a worthy.
Damu male guy.
7.2k and 39.9k goal. We can still see the difference coming in terms of the goal as well. And if you're speaking about emblems though, they were a really
oddly, what do we call it, emblems that were coming in, because we usually see a Warcry coming on.
Reaper je Vnom the yaw bro yaw.
But
Reaper je lapu
this
ka bi ki
time
diary
he
pa
needed
do.
a little bit extra amount of penetration, which he would have gotten in with the Rapture, but didn't went for it, which left him at a real, what do we call, a little bit of the disadvantage in terms of the early game penetration, which he should have gotten with the Rapture. But on towards Kaylee though, even though he went in for the, what do we call it, for the concentrated energy as well as for the support emblem, which
Adumai hai no na ha khro oi da ga.
because he went
Phagi
for
tong nam ni da.
for supportive items rather than going for full defensive, which left him at a really easily markable position, and he was getting marked down at plus rate as well. While on towards the damage.
Ado mathang gi se kana kana no ko aure. Ai isa mak su ko aure. Ai isa gi thumbnail si yeng de dia. Mathang sina Daku Sena versus Eternal Torment. Daku Sena ga Eternal Torment. Daku Sena je kana kana yaw ko aure. Eternal Torment.
Advantage amount having his counter against him, still he was able to manage it out. While on the jungling area, we know that
Chocolate Chan ga jale yo. Ning ga di. Chocolate Chan
was able to utilize it at its maximum potential with the killing spree emblem, making sure that he will be regaining HP every time he will.
Finally Lapu wins. Lapu by the car
go. Was the mid laners though, as we were speaking, it should have been Lunox who would have had a really fun moment melting down the
city that Squid Game ne da Squid Game da yo do. Adu ni ko ma na mali je kem na te.
Laning phase
Botong island thi jab do.
His hands as well, which will be giving him the upper hand in the rotation.
Rayu sumi Rayu na hyper sand ni ko.
Taku Sena. Section, like I was speaking, it's Kalia onto the supportive items, late onto the dominance, which left her a really markable.
Ado sida lai re ko gi diary pa ba do. Sona kan ge ko jo ma upai lai ta bi ni. Hi diary pa ba sina. Polo t-shirt am ka dum yei rak pi ni ko lakan da ge.
Combined with that war axe was a
Poti diary de lai re.
amount of scenario that came in for the Rizla, because he wasn't able to rotate because of his slow movement speed as well.
Bro, Sara kam kan wala tino. Sara se Delhi yo wala ge. Delhi yo wala ge.
Kelly, of course, the way he took out that triple kill, and obviously the Guardian, the wingman here, is of course.
Ado moi gi game 2 je ngai bo oina.
I told you.
Keno tau ge ko. So na kan na kana kamai tau ya. Game 2 ngai bo oina si oza ji gi game jam ti eng ge mai chau mai de. Mun ga so sa nai.
Spike is not there, cannot actually control the Jushin and the Lancelot there. And we told about the Lancelot throne rolls can actually be a big counter for the Ugi Shadow kill. That's what happened in the whole.
Dagi Yama su lai bani ko ngasi. Ngasi Yama gi place lai bani.
This is not the end. This is
Dagus
just
nai
the start.
matung da.
Vnom Esports, congratulations.
Yama gi su lai bani ko.
Now we'll be taking a short break at the Warjam Games Mythic Showdown Season 2. We'll be coming back soon for the second game of the night. There will be more 3 games. Stay tuned with us. Stay hydrated. Eat your chips packets. We'll be coming back.
Peace out, guys.
Sajan ga khai ni ga tola cha bane dai men da. Sabda jang do khoi le kai ni ha je le ngo tan le he ba. Mai di aham mani lak tu je. Mai te yo lens to zigi kai bu tim do mai tem cha nga ta ni ko. Never read my comment. I don't feel like comment anymore. Kai comment pa gi tre bo. 10k subscribe ka phe mani yes kai no brother. Comment am khang miss pai bo da mai to ri ya rai da pi mu cha ma li ko. Comment ti ai di loi pa ba ni. Ruka lai min du ro ruka di lai min du man de khang de yeng ase. Kona roi information je loi reveal tok thora ge. Patel chest le me bro na khang ba maming khatani ne haidar ija Delhi da bro na ta ge maming de o tau kana lay lab se sumaina watch party to bo ho ga di bidam lai te ba semi final gum watch party to ni sumaina Swiss stage to ji kap pe ne break thazalak ba dum loe ne do ngai de ne break thazalak ga na Bro Venom ga natabida ama sanagrabo Venom ga natabida tournament je Venom ga ne Venom ga khatani ko sanai ja ibil ga ju thola ni ko walking change le ne bro video jo yes sabda jang da mai te ma jana pai de sabda jang kai amu boi ta ja dri ne khoi ma bu bu de diary pai we bro ai di diary ju pai game ju sanai khoi di diary ju pai game ju sanai chara wan bagi block nam je pani par chat pai block su nam ka ne singa bai sabda jang te jam ai sabda jang chat ni hai hai da ne asme pai hai chat le da ne ai di delhi khak chat ni hai ga kana ma sanai je PYJ yaw re ya toro yaw re manipur ki team kya no mythic showdown da manipur ki team 10 mukti yaw ngani dei da lao theng ji brother thanks meet up tor ne khoi Delhi broskis myam ga meet up tor ne khoi Delhi capital yaw ra ga de Sor Bazaar is nuai de lak tringai se wari nuai de ko wari de nuai de Sor Bazaar yaw gre wari da ngai je next match to Dakusena versus Eternal Torment ni ko aduna sigi ko ozagi stream yeng ngai je headphone jo hap tawma le vai chum thau da makhon je leng bagi makhon yam tai PYJ ne ya toro ne Iro ne Pikeman je ai ju la keu ko Pikeman je dum san bi sanai ai sanai Pikeman cái đầu cái tôi là Fireman je ai sudum sana isa maksu do game je podre ne padamya game je podre ne pocha kenom tore ko bug sale sidi bug sale bro na kam tim da yaw no ai huju Venom da yaw tournament amani di thoi Arunachal this good disqualify sare minute amakak theng gi bagi Arunachal akhoi player ga da minute amakak theng gi ba minute 7 minutes again pi de ba 7 minutes phong manung da lobby changhau daga di disqualify direct ado Arunachal gi tournament na chawla disqualify sare Venom da ngasai pung 5 da lobby ID lobby tournament lobby ko thak pasina pung 5 minute 5 da tharai atuga join tawsina pung 5 ga minute 3 po manung da join tawda adu da nang dre pot keno chai do disqualify kai na ma hai je tiam ta de su nei ngai mai si streamer je aina game sana bai na te ko si je watch party ne tok thoi isai ta ja kai isai ta ja no ta ja ta tha ke thak Library like paroi Skada you know the 6 minutes waligo 6 minutes left มวยสิเด background song background อิสระยำตายเจ้มวยเจ้อาศัยเจ้มวยน่ะอิสระเจ้ไล่เนี่ยเรียนตัวเนี่ยมวยซีซันนั้นไม่ได้มุกตาอะตัวไอดีคอปปี้ใจแบบมวยที่ไล่ไปเนี่ยมวยที่คอปปี้ใจเดียวอะตัวอาศัยกิมอาศัยไม่ได้ทำแบบยาเดียวคอปปี้ไอ้ตัวใส่อิสระเจ้ไล่เลยก็ use ตัวไว้วันนี้ด่าเก็บมาเตะว่าจะ YouTube ตัวแม่มาตรงไหนเจ้ background ใช้ภาษาจะว่า happy อะคนน่ะไม่ได้ทับซันไปยาเดะไม่ได้ทับซันไปยาเดะstrict ไว้ก็จะเนี่ย YouTube เจ้ใช่ตั้งแต่เตะแต่กี้ฟุตบอลเจ้ฟุตบอลว่ากับก็มันก็มันชนะเองเขาหลอกดูแต่คนน่ะสิเดวัสปาร์ตี้ต้องสันไปยาเดะดูสิสตรีมเจ้ได้มุทัศปูลับกักคิดดูกูตักตักน้อง YouTube เจ้ very strict news แต่กี้ลานยิมมาตั้งแต่ทักไปยาเดะยูเครนรัสเซียว่าดูลานยิมมาตั้งแต่คอนเทนต์เกมทักไปยาเดะแต่กี้คอนเทนต์ทักไปกันแต่ให้ดีอีกุมบ blood กุมบอุบขดปัสสุยาเดะ YouTube สิดีกว่าปะ strict อะไรไปก็จะแต่กี้จินทีบวอร์ดช่วยให้ไปยาเดะอังกฤษกิจินทีบวอร์ดแต่กี้ black people ได้ให้ไปโพสต์ตัวดูช่วยให้ไปยาเดะเพราะ NTM ตาเสียNTM จะ super เจลากันแต่ทักก็โดนนี่ก็อีจ้ะ NTM จะ super เจลากันน่าทักอะดูพายเมนชนะเป็นไลฟ์ทาร์โร่ให้เรา guys ไอ้ที่พายเมนชนะเป็นไลฟ์ที่ท่าดรอปนี่พายเมนชนะเป็นไลฟ์ทาร์โร่ให้ตาก็ที่ทักที่ว่าวัสปาร์ตี้จุดตรงนี้ตัวไลฟ์สุดทักก็ได้ว่าพายเมนจะนุ่งดังก็ตายปูลกิเมสมาซ้ำมันยังถูกสิเกย์ดูที่ใหญ่ตัวปูลชนะแบบค่อยคลักกันนะยังหนึ่งไปวันเลยตัวปูลชนะตัวมีดียังหนึ่งไว้ด้วยนี่ปูลสิจุยามปั๊มใจก็ปูลสิดีที่น่าปั๊มใจไก่โนทาร์โร่ไก่ให้เลยไก่มาตั้งกินโนทาร์โร่งาตอนนี้ให้จีไอ้ไก่มาตั้งกินโนทาร์โร่ให้ใจก้าวเลยบรไอ้คอมเมนต์ฮัลโหลครั้งนึงไอ้บิลยิงแต่ว่าคุยอินเดียนซัมเมอร์เชลเลนส์แต่ยิงแบบตะกี้อินเดียนซัมเมอร์เชลเลนส์นั่นเนี่ยคนในสนามแบบทัวร์นาเมนต์ไม่ยามตะกี้อามาขัดเนี่ยว่าอินเดียนซัมเมอร์เชลเลนส์นั่นแต่ว่าไม่ยามมันจะชนะกี่โอ้ไฟแมนชนะไปไลฟ์ทอปไอ้บริเอนจะกันอยู่ตัวจู่ไอ้เนี่ยเคยหายกินก็หอบวันเนี่ยเป็นได้เนี่ยเซตเดย์สิกับเป็นเนี่ย
การแต่วันตาเนี่ย
Kamu kata the one that guys ಅದು ಮಾಹಿತಿಂಗ ಹಾಗೆ ಹಂಗ ಮಿನಿಟ್ ನೀ ಲೆಗ ಹಾಯ್ದು ಓಸಿಕೋ ಸುನಾಗನ್ ವಾಚ್ ಪಾರ್ಟಿ ಸೆ ಮಿನಿಟ್ ಕೆನೋ ವಾಲೆ ಮಿನಿಟ್ ಅಹುಮ್ ವಾಲೆ ಥಾರೋ ಐಸ್ ಐದಿ ಕೈನೋ ಕಾಯಿ ಖಲ್ಲಿನೆ ಅದು ಐನ ಹಾಗಿಬ ಪೋತುನೆವ ಕಾವೇನೆ ꯄꯨꯜꯒꯤ ꯋꯥꯔꯤ ꯇꯧꯁꯜꯂꯛꯄꯗ ꯑꯩꯒꯤ ꯋꯥꯈꯜꯁꯦ ꯉꯥꯛꯇꯪꯁꯦ ꯄꯨꯜ ꯉꯥꯛꯇꯅꯦ ꯑꯩꯅ ꯈꯜꯂꯤꯁꯦ ꯑꯁꯤꯁꯨ ꯐꯖꯔꯦ ꯖꯤ ꯒ꯭ꯔꯣꯛ ꯄꯣꯁ ꯇꯥꯔꯦ ꯂꯣꯛꯁꯤꯒ Jeez. Đâu tơ. Yeah, we need streamer. 2 minutes. 2 minutes nữa cơ.
distract tꯧꯕꯗꯣ
Indian Summer Challenge की टीम दो Venom से ना ते Indian Summer Challenge की टीम दो था नहीं कि अरीबा building को तो अदुददी सिगी स्ट्रीमर ग्रोक पाइस याउद्रे PYG सु याउद्रे Nixon याउद्रे कनाम याउद्रे ददे अखोगी OG players थाने अरीबा गातने होजिकती इथनदने ngai होजि थाने players कनाम लेत्रेको कइदरोगे ग्रोक से असमाइदि तौरदे में सादबने हे येंबदे यामना केनोम तौरे माइ ग्रोक से पाइद्रगसु को आई ग्रोक से पाइदे दुसु माइ को सानजिदि कपनिंगबम याव हाइतारे
माइ नुगाइदोय नै कोन नुगाइदा नुगाइ ꯑꯩ ꯇꯧꯒꯦ ꯑꯗꯨꯗꯤ ꯍꯧꯖꯤꯛ ꯁꯦꯔꯤꯌꯁ ꯃꯣꯗ ꯑꯣꯟ ꯇꯧꯔꯒꯦꯀꯣ ꯍꯧꯖꯤꯛꯀꯤ ꯃꯤꯂꯤꯌꯟꯗꯨꯗꯤ ꯑꯩ ꯅꯠꯇꯦꯀꯣ ꯀꯥꯟꯗ
Apex ta coaching tha de aro asi di hai ma si grok si ai ne phaja sana ngam ni ba grok pai da bai na grok phaja sana ke si flicker to hai ga sujal la ga si Blair ju thai ne player ma ne Blair ju thai ne player ni ko adu gi ka adu kan da Blair yaw ba Blair adu kan da Blair yaw ma le adu kan da Blair yaw Blair na aro bin nei di du kan da grok puta flame shot pa ga kusi to yai matam ne ba mi buff loi mun ba ma na grok to flame shot pa ga ado grok tu su side lane ni ko ma san ri je side lane grok flame shot kai thai na grok ki matam da ne player ya Blair ju ariba player ka tane ariba player do hoi ai ga Blair ka tangai da ai ga Blair ga Damcha Uranus au Damcha na Uranus phahon gi ne roi Uranus se thaina ma gi ultimate se phara ga talong chingjan mane thaina single target phara ga noi ningjing am ni da thaina Uranus ham thorok podi Uranus se tieng ne ba tieng ki ma gi ulti na pheni ha pai lak pa se ma na khudok to phara mai ai da pha yai phara ga chingjan ne talong na mangon da adu pot ne revamp la kha kan da Uranus se ulti ji healing on gi ne ba अदुई मतुंग दा दमचाना इहान हाना पाए इंडिया सर्वर Uranus माना रूल तौगिबने मकोक लैबनिदा मोय मचिन मनाव तो दमचागा उलियम गदो तमदो पोट ngатने मबानी तै हुजिक सनाइबो ब्लेड सनाइ अदो सोनागी वॉच पार्टी जो येंगसिको सि ग्रोक सि माहि जे यारे सोलो जंग्रो नंगे ग्रोक तो सोलो जंग्रो सिको पुनुंगदा सोलो जंग्रो Hore draft le
This match will be a legendary match and both of them are right
This
now
match will be a
having
legendary match Tiger ko
loss in the
Casterna
Super
suma
Cup
hai di
against
phagi
the
na tre
Loss. So 0-1 bracket is full of fun because you need to win one match so that you need to prove something in the Mythic Showdown season. So let's see how this team prepared themselves after that first loss. As we saw
Hore
the
Daku
last
Sena
match between,
versus
Vnom Esports versus Rayuga
Eternal
Esports, how
Torment
it goes.
ta maitem sa yawe hai gum to game ne Rhino Sen ka
With a pure aggression
Umando ko na
type
no
of gameplay. So let's see who will be taking this matchup.
Rhino
Eternal
Sen ka kana
or
ko
Daku Sena, whom you're favoring, guys? Let me know in the comment section.
Absolutely, and it's going to be the dangerous grass map, so it is surprising.
Angela and Esmeralda pu do ai di
But yeah, I was expecting the Hilda to show up somewhere.
I makes to be
Still
tier
not
bo
going to
T3
go with Yuzhong over here.
No name.
And will most likely have the XP lane hasn't been taken yet, right? Phobia is still left out open, so I think that is something they might like to opt for if they want to. But at the same time, let's just wait it out, right? Until then, what else do we have?
Hyper siga okay
Rock, Yushin Granger, and Kimi Yuzhong.
Venom Sanagra Venom na ka ge ko
The next phase.
Venom Sanagra Venom na ka ge
Of team Takusena, they might gonna go for that chicken here. It would be a good pick because you have the Granger, but if you wanted to go for the poke burst, you can actually go for that first sub pick as well.
ai la ga library like pau si kai baktaras tau ko noi tau
But having two MM in a single team, I don't believe it would be a good thing to have that Eve or someone like that, because you do have the Ishanshin. Why you went for the Granger? Still in a, like sus mood right now. The Granger pick for this matchup with the Ishanshin being there.
နပီးမရောက်တော့ကိစ္စကွာနော်
Pick off combo will actually work for them, but the last ban,
အာ
the Harith here, that's a good
စ
ban.
တဲ့ရောက်တဲ့မထငီ match တော့ငါနဲ့
Harith will actually have the better
Mathangi
match
match.
penetration, but at the same time, they do have the Kimi, so I don't feel like they'll go for another magic hero into their side. But Yuzong, this thing will actually be a problematic thing for Dakusina.
ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯀꯛꯆꯤꯡꯗꯒꯤ ꯒꯨꯒꯨ ꯀꯛꯆꯤꯡꯗꯒꯤ ꯒꯨꯒꯨ ꯅꯪꯒꯤ ꯀꯃꯦꯟꯇ ꯍꯦꯟꯃꯜꯂꯦ ꯀꯛꯆꯤꯡꯗꯒꯤ ꯒꯨꯒꯨ ꯍꯧꯖꯤꯛ ꯍꯧꯖꯤꯛ ꯀꯛꯆꯤꯡꯗꯒꯤ ꯒꯨꯒꯨ ꯍꯦꯟꯃꯜꯂꯦꯀꯣ ꯀꯃꯦꯟꯇꯣ
I think that is obviously the case. A lot of the times many people do doubt the Yishinshin a lot.
ꯕꯦꯅꯝꯗ ꯁꯥꯟꯅꯕ ꯌꯥꯎꯗ꯭ꯔꯤ ꯀꯩꯒꯤꯅꯣ ꯑꯩꯗꯤ ꯌꯥꯎꯗꯦ ꯑꯩꯗꯤ ꯋꯥꯆ ꯄꯥꯔꯇꯤꯗ ꯇꯥꯔꯦꯀꯣ ꯃꯤꯊꯤꯛ ꯁꯣꯗꯥꯎꯟꯗꯗꯤ ꯌꯥꯎꯗ꯭ꯔꯦ ꯕꯦꯅꯝꯗ ꯁꯥꯟꯅꯕ
Making lame jokes here, but anyways,
ꯑꯗꯣ ꯑꯇꯣꯞꯄ ꯇꯣꯔꯅꯥꯃꯦꯟꯇꯗꯤ ꯌꯥꯎꯔꯤꯀꯣ
not that lame right now. It's gonna be the Alice
ꯑꯃ
showing up.
ꯁ꯭ꯀꯨꯏꯠ ꯒꯦꯝꯒꯤ
At
ꯕꯣꯠ
first,
ꯇꯣꯡꯕꯗꯣ ꯍꯦꯔꯣꯗꯣ
that was
ꯑꯗꯨꯒꯤ
rough,
ꯃꯍꯨꯠꯇ
but right now,
ꯑꯩꯅ ꯁꯥꯟꯅꯗꯣꯏꯕ
well, it's very. She's one of the top contenders into the XP lane.
ꯌꯥꯃꯥ
and
ꯏꯁꯄꯣꯔꯠꯁꯇ
it's
ꯌꯥꯎꯕ
really
ꯄ꯭ꯔꯤꯇꯤ
surprising
ꯄ꯭ꯂꯦꯁꯨ
that
ꯃꯥꯏ
someone
ꯂꯥꯏꯞ
to
ꯌꯦꯡ
take it down.
ꯏꯁ
That's a goal lane
ꯂꯣꯍꯤꯠ ꯁꯧꯒꯥꯎ
Alice. It's a freaking goal lane Alice making her debut. And Eternal Torment, I love you for it because I've been waiting for an Alice goal lane to show up for a very long period of time. And I know a reason why she's not being played because, well, she's too much sustain, not exactly the burst hero. So in goal lane, they like to have a hero that can provide some burst like the CC, the Lapu Lapu, right? People who have some damage. Alice is not someone you think when you think about damage. She's more into that sustain. But you know, when you're going with a Kimi mid lane, it's basically you're having a late game hero that gold lane in the mid lane itself. So I think going for two heavy frontliners is the better decision, and I think this really hits the mark. But at least for now, goodness, I don't think it's gonna be enough to sustain. But let's see.
Ting wali
Just like
mois.
you mentioned, you know, the Eve was left out open,
Tank
and
Tank
she
kamala
might
ni
be proving herself to be a very worthy and really capable teammate. But so much frontline from the hand of ETR.
Discord link hapo Discord link hap ke ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯏꯚꯤꯜꯒꯤꯁꯨ Discord link ꯂꯩꯀꯣ Discord ꯂꯩꯀꯣ Discord ꯃꯤ 200 ꯃꯌꯥ ꯌꯥꯎꯕꯅꯤ
It's pretty funny. ETR has all dive.
ꯑꯗꯣ Discord link
It's all
ꯍꯥꯞꯄꯛꯀꯦ
dive heroes.
I don't know why
Not
they
as
went
good
for it better. They could have built out something else here, but the Jushin was banned. Jushin was the perfect hero here for the side of Dakusina.
이빌 컴백 락ꯔꯣꯏꯗ꯭ꯔꯣ 이빌 컴백 락ꯀꯅꯤ
The thing, but they banned it out. It's perfectly, the draft has been done by Eternal Torment. So I believe Dakusina, they needs to actually show that synergy in this game more than the draft, because I don't feel like the draft has been won by them. It's 70-30 right now in the draft for Eternal Torment versus Dakusina. They do have the counter, they do have the Yuzong, Alice being there as well. So it's more like they have all those pick-up rates for them, Kimi being there, and you have two goal laners with Eve. So it's like the Hayabusa really gonna feed you on, because three squeezy heroes for the Haya. I don't know why they went for that Ishanshin Granger thing, but I think it might be a backlash for them.
또
But
순더
let's see. I mean,
순더 통나오점수 야오그래네
execution, but
또
it will
너희
come. So
너희기
it will
WhatsApp
be there in the
너희
game,
WhatsApp
so
group
we will
올레바
see
한
it
커멘자
very soon in the
또
draft.
박다라스가죠
What will be happening in the game, guys.
Absolutely.
거기 깍징덕이 구구들이 가져그래 망그래네 마디 서로 떠오르게
All flicker
거기
for
깍징덕이 구구
here.
커멘트
And
레이
on
bro
their side, all flicker as well, except for
깍징덕이
Apollo.
구구
So
후지
that
데리드
doesn't
레이바
go for any other spell except for the petrify. So it's gonna be the final spells of both of these teams, and with it we will head into the game. It's gonna be DS versus Eternal Torment, ladies and gentlemen. They're in the 0-1 brackets, and a team that loses it out will go into that 0-2 brackets where they will face
따따끼 지금 메이테이네 하실래요
and on the other
이
team, they will continue
카페 from us 너희도 다오갱 잘래고
We're ready, okay?
따따끼도 메이테이니가 잘래 소나가더나 바야 왜래매
Instead and what they,
또또
chose. So, which skins did they chose? Hey, why is Yuzhong going for
MLBB기
the Starlight
official
skin
오이네
instead of going
인디아다
for the
아니수바
Oh, it's
yes
the tournament lobby.
yes
You get
bro
all
right
you got all the access,
우리 시코이 좀
right?
시시니까
So,
시기 깨노세 시기 토너먼트 너희기 ML 짱바 간다 이벤트 짱바 간다 통거니 미틱 쇼다운 하야가 아두기 토너먼트니까 다이렉 ML 신부군만에 시제 ML나 땅카이면 실래 아도 시기다 스폰서 떠이제 탄타 거기 머니푸르기 탄타 프로덕션도 탄타는 스폰서 떠이고 시제 포체 짜오레바 아두네 루파 락 머리기 토너먼트 시제
to see that they've been twinning over here. Who is Peter And of course, Haitatsu, they're tweeting with, who was it? Yeah, Tatakai.
Peta will be seen into the Eve. So I mean, I told you, like, big names are there from Dakusena. Haitatsu, the roamer, still being there. Zaz into the EXP, and other than that,
Tataki
three
mai
names
tai ni hai
will
ne
be
he man gre
really
no jo
grimy one here because
Quite enough sick
having
days,
Buddy
yeah,
Valentine, Ryu, and who is Peter, we're gonna see this match going maybe into the hand of Dakusena, or maybe ET will clutch it out from their face, because both the teams yet to take their first victory at Mythic Showdown Season 2. So let's see, guys, who will be having the victor and who will be in the defeat position. But before that, Ray, I mean, I know, like, I already told about the Eve positioning and all, but Grok being there, do you feel like the opening will be a little bit better for the side of
Delhi
Dakusena,
da sahi
because
ama da
the
thabal
charge
ahum sin
and
tau
positioning of Ishanshin will actually help to wipe out
Rayu pakhang phar me pharam ne
side participation during turtle, or it will be the use of
I think,
drone
yeah.
not proper.
I think, yeah, because
bro
as you mentioned,
Hikari
King
khang
Rock
bro
is one of the
Hikari
best.
je kai
Literally,
no
I think he's
adi
the number one
MLBB gi
champion
IGN
now.
maming la
I
traga
think Minotaur comes close with the
enemy
sustain
gi ra kai
with
no
the
Hikari
knockup, but the Grok itself is really
Hikari
relentless
je kana
in
hoidana
the fact that his ultimate, you know, it's a massive shake. It's literally an earthquake that you can
Hikari
see in the land of Dawn whenever
ji
it
ji su
passes,
kai
because
sen da
it
ama
can
yaw dai
knock
ne
out people. It has a massive
Hikari
area of
habra
effect.
Hikari adu
And
dro
even
kai
if
no
you do like miss it even slight bit of aim, it's big enough to the point that, you know, it will still hit. So I think that's the main reason. But anyways, I think still it is up to a little bit of a debate, because Alice can also blink out. Khalid is not exactly the hero, and neither is the Yuzhong to blink out that easily. But let's just wait until we start into the game and go into the land of Dawn itself. Until then, I think we're done with the spells and everything. Yeah.
Indian Summer Challenge matam da Manipur ji
So
MCS yaw ni
anyways,
khalam mane
I
ben
think
tau gi
we're
bai ni
just
da
gonna
ben
wait
tau
out
gi bai
here
ni ba
and
adu gi
look at
step
their
mathang
placing
mathang
and
ho
everything.
mam ne
I
ben tau
really
gi bai
love
ni
the
ba
fact that what is it?
Not only that, we're gonna talk about
adu gi matam du da gi akhoi gi
Crazy
tolop
Papu, who is
akhoi
the
Evil
prime
Sports gi
Papu,
oina
super
tolop
prime
sa ge
Papu.
tor me akhoi gi
Yeah, super
tolop
prime
kaloi
Papu
ma
is
haina loi
going
kan
to
ben
Gronk,
tau
you
re
know, because
ikoi koi
I
da
think
bi hafta am
that
le ga
super prime Papu, that super weak
IGN ne
Papu
akhoi
coming up
IGN ga akhoi ga adu
will be
matam da
one
IGN
to
i7 sanari ba
shorten it out.
i7 na mai hoi ga
I mean,
matam ne
look at Funny Valentine.
adu da
His name is covering his face. So
akhoi ga
Funny
Evil ga
Valentine
IGN
into
ga
there
je
maybe
tolop pier ga
winning
phajan
the
sana
fight.
ba
I don't really
khot
know.
ma boot camp
Funny
boot camp to
Valentine,
Guwahati da
it's a rough
pambra
friend.
Delhi da
But
pambra
anyways,
kai
look
na
at
mo
him
na hai
going into the game.
hang de loi ga
Some
thai ni
few
wai ni
seconds,
ko
but it's okay with it. It's gonna be
ML je
the first
daw yam
turtle
ya gi da
already
lucky
being
yam
taken,
oi da hai
and
tare
it is shifted into the hands of ET. But
po so ma
that's
lai
okay. A pause will come in.
ET da mai ta yaw
Will
bro ET
most likely
Eternal
be
Torment da
to
yaw da mal
accommodate any changes or anything.
ET
But till then,
ET
you know,
yaw ET
since
da
we
ne chum me
got kicked into
ai
the
ngang
game
ji kai
in a
ET
little
da
bit
mai
of a
tem
big
cha ni yaw
phase, right? Look at that.
I
0 to
mean,
5.
look at that, the lead, bro. Crazy Papu is 201 KD. Isn't 201 KD, and we're talking about him, that aggression.
Ori ko
of his
karamba team na
Khalid
first blood
playing
law
in
ga ni
Dangerous
ma'am
Grass
comment
is
to ba
so
yare
accurate at
which
this
team
point.
will
Look at
take
that.
first
The
blood
wall comes up, knock up as well. There will be the Desert Tornado coming onto the Granger, and now it's getting cornered down, but there will be the retaliation coming in. Rhapsody comes up as well, teaching a lot of damage onto the Alice, but not gonna take him out there. But the second turtle being there, Ray, we're gonna
future uba nga me ko si da
have it on.
into the future
Yeah, most likely Pune, because I don't think, yeah, YSS is going for that 4-1
into
rotation.
the future
So
Hello,
I don't know
bro.
why they're
Hello, hello.
uncontested here. They should also try to shift their location. I think they're just trying to distract from Ryu. So maybe that was their decision. But Yuzhong is going to be going back with the river speed buff. This is the dangerous grass. So
Yeah,
let's
this is the
see. Yeah?
dangerous
Let's
grass.
wait. Let's wait.
No, I'm sure this is the dangerous grass.
No. I mean, like, let's wait until they.
kill
let's
owner
see
ge low grade
Yuzhong,
kill
because-
mga low grade
So
Yeah,
nothing much, yeah.
nothing much yet, because onto the top though, you're gonna see that we are being fallen down, but it will be Crazy Papu overextending there, taking out Peter.
Pazai,
And
pazai.
he will be taken out as well for the
Hands in the meme, the hard
One
guy.
is a trade, but it is the rope for the mid laner. And in the meantime, tier 1 onto the mid has already been fallen down, expanding the jungle area.
Ay, ano,
So
yung
onto
ngawhan
the
ba ni
top
da
side,
zoom to
Puni
sa
will be
laga?
the one taking out the tier there, and now the blue buff is in danger. The invasion is going on there. The Yuzong goes in with a dive, reaching out a lot of damage onto the Uranus, and right now we're gonna see the rotation coming in there, but Puni will be the one securing the blue buff in front of the face of the Ishanshin. Having no blue buff will be vulnerable for the Ishanshin to actually cope up with the game. It is
Oh,
Ryu though,
loe,
but
loe,
he's
loe.
there, as well as the zone
Kappe,
coming in
using
as
kappe
well.
si de.
Pita, Tatakai going in, Ryu falls down as well, but now might be we're gonna see a double kill. Tech shot might come up. The knockoff is being there.
Lôi lôi.
It will be crazy.
Sumaya hawk pada sumaya kan give team je adum loi de.
With the triple kill for crazy Papu
Hawk
with the
pada na
Desert
igraba
Tornado.
adum
My
loi de.
goodness. They're raising Sandstorm. Desert Tornado combo with the flicker and Tatakai.
Ona tower loi chatle.
Prime Papu will be the one securing that triple
Minute
kill.
taruk sida kap pe ne.
Is right
Brother.
now destroying the hope of Dakusena in Mythic Showdown Season 2.
Eternal Torment je mai
Good,
chatle ko.
because again, I mean, Ash just really laid it out on the team fight, but we can clearly see. I mean, yes, it's the emblem setup. I think nothing's out of the ordinary here, and I think the Eve also went in for the tenacity just to have a little bit of damage reduction. But I think going in for the bounty hunter would have been a little better option in case. But with that 1 for 10 score, okay, Khalid's gonna get stuck here, but you know he got that Desert Sandstorm to just get out of it. But 1 to 10. Almost 6-8, so almost 7,000 gold.
NACT da sanam bro. NACT da au sanam mane. Asigi who is Peter haije who is Peter je. Mai haine America da Canada da ko like tamak pane. Adu na sanak pane ma. Mobile je no server.
So let's just wait out a bit and see if they can make that comeback. Our team Eternal Torment today will be not the one in Torment. And they'll be moving ahead with that one.
Rated je mai tem ja yaw bane. Moi ani yaw hai bane. Telepathy ki bhaya amga original mai te amga.
Papu crazy. You can say that crazy outplay.
UNS ka je khong hai.
Cornered down by Peter. But in the meantime, we're gonna see that 10:2. The ratio of the micro is too high, and you're gonna see that 6,250 almost goal lead in the hand of Team Eternal Torment. And this is just 8 minutes of the game. They've grabbed on to the 3 turtles. They're right now having all those tier 1s into their hand. Even the tier 2 of the mid has already fallen down. So it's more like the expansion has been done so perfectly. The zone will be there. The fights will be there. If they are taking the first lot, the Inferior 1, they're gonna actually go for that mighty push inside the mid tier. And
Kai server na moi je Bengal server.
In just 9 minutes, 20 seconds mark, or maybe 9 minutes, 40 seconds mark. We're not even sure, but the Mountain Shocker released there. Got the chance to fly over with the help of the Dragon Form. He got down there in the hand of.
There's a much is an team of organizations and I give evolution though. A quick attack, evolution the whole one.
Little bit hold, little bit micro ship will actually gonna help Dakusena to make their comeback.
Maybe. I still think it's a little early, Ash, because their hero, like Yushinshin and Granger, they only shine in the later phase. You might make the
CD comeback like I need hazard there. I'm the Congress. Goal is you. Listening Wanga Makai 5.5k goal lead.
Granger and the YSS physical damage is something that is really hard to counter out. So maybe that might be the
Hana dai would Darwin's game gangu. Darwin's game gangu the IGN ne. IGN ge no woman ming ne. IGN gangu ni kota.
Goodness, Reno Saint falls down. Buddy Valentine going in there, but it will be the Buddy. Goes in with a quad shadow. Shadow kill comes up as well. The Shuriken Big there hitting on, but it will be Zaz falling down as well. 2 for 1. The trade is, and now there is a chance they can actually go for the Lord because they're not having those players out to give that opening or the contest to the Lord, and Puni just goes in there to the Lord. In the meantime, they find the tier 2 as well. Ray, don't feel like this is going good for Dakusena at this point.
Absolutely right, Ash, because
Basta kanang tournament am tayaw drama le som da khatang thada le da bro. Yaw bu phang dre ne. Silli bu kangu jing contract pi salak ta na. Khatang thada bi yu law na. Ai ne khatang thada bu pam ja boga. Ani da chana gre ne. Ado tournament je sina ta bo to pu me amom su yaw wi ko.
They're losing value each second as the game progresses by right now because the pressure is being on them. And right now,
the issue tournament je game sana bole proga phalang thola tournament jaw du stan ba. Ai no tournament thoning is na game 5 men ke kaji kitang sana ba ho grind ke ka tawra kitang khut sagal akanda tournament ta thokning ba adu ta di khut sagat tra ka di tournament ta kap toy bai jo.
The KD of 6-3, the Holy Blessings falls off. Lord goes down as well, but now
Khaza haning idana plays tournament de. Rank kita sana utar le bai jo.
But still finds his way back with the help of the Sand Rays, and will be using the Sand Guard as well to get that reason into his hand. Even though there was no skirmish, there was no scratch from team.
Venom ko man to Venom na ka gre. Khalid chidi le kai koi he hai.
4 to 12 score still remaining. Lord advantage close to a 8,000.
มวยเลยเว้ยบ่ได้คังก็ฮุซิก
on
abomination
position
สนากิ
side
ตร
of
บ่ฮุซิก
the
สนาเดต
ETR
กวย
right
ตู้
now.
เก็บ
So I think we're just gonna wait out a while until the next Lord because they have successfully made a defense. But okay, wishing lantern into the hands of the what is it? Wii speeder. So I don't think that's enough damage. I think only with
โดดง่ายเนี่ยมันจะโดดง่ายเนี่ยต่ำๆนะ
So
โดดมันก็ง่ายเนี่ย
just wait what happens until then. But oh, look at that! Puni gets that malefic roar, sky piercer, and
โอ้
even
ซิกิ
the
ทีมจะ
war
ลูคัส
axe
ยามไปบ่
coming
ทีมเด
down.
นี่ซิเจ
So
เรดทีมจะลูคัสยามไปบ่ทีมเดนี่
I think it's gonna be really hard for you know the team
ไอ้นิ่งจริงไง
Dakusena to really make something.
Yeah, let's see what will be happening. But it's more like they're waiting for the Lord to come in, and it will be coming in 54 seconds. A lot of time is there. They might gonna go for a skirmish, but now the zone comes up, easy zone onto Crazy Papu, but they're not gonna give him a lot of hardship or intolerance there as well. But this lead of 8k, almost 8k gold, the economy is too high for
ก็อีกินสุบซังซังดื้อสิบ่
ETS
สุง
as
ง่าย
well.
เลยบินี่
But,
มวยนี่สุ
if you want
กัล
to
ลิกัน
keep
ตะ
where it
ไอ้ดิ
is, or if you want to
advantage ตัว
make
โล
a
กตันมวยน่ะ
settlement on
enemy
the
ทร
goal,
พง่ายเลยนะ
really need
freeze
to
ตัวก็
win 2-3 fights here, or maybe
โหลด
a
ง่าย
lot
ก็อันจุ
engage
inhibitor
or
จะ
something,
push
whatever
อำตัง
it
เลน
is.
อำตังออจู try ตัวที่ใหญ่ก็สุกายเด
Absolutely. So
ตัวครั้งแต่สิคุซาน่ะสิที่บ่ได้
I
กลับ
guess
เป็
we
นน่ะ
just gotta wait for Dakusena to really come
มี
online
น่ะ
and give us
แก
a
นออกมาต
better
รอกง่ายเลย
context
มวยดิ
inside
มี
of
น่ะเห็นสลัก
ETR.
ง่ายเลย
They really did attempt to make it, and they were able to give. Okay, he has 14 stacks, so basically 1 kill, right? Tony Valentine got at least 1 stack for him, but it's not going to be enough.
บัด
hey,
บัสก็
yeah,
ตัว
if
boys ตัว
it's
heavy
not
โอ้ย
enough,
ไอ้
then
บร ฮิปปะ
relationship.
ไอ้ฮิปเทอร์เลยบุตร
So
เนี่ย
let's
ว่า
see,
ซะเลย
let's
เนี่ย
see
พัม
what
มาตะ
will
ขวาง
happen
หน้า
in
ขลาว
this Lord
ฮิป
fight.
ปะกันอีกว่าเนี่ย
As he tried to go
ฮิป
in
ปะกัน
for
เนี่ยวาง
the
ไงเจ๊
first
ดูดินะ
almost finds the angle, forces the flicker, but I think they are not going to be able to go
สั่ง
for
มางำ
this.
น้อยงำ
It's
นะ
going to be uncontested,
force ตัว
but
บ่ซึ่งงำมาสิ
they
จัง
have
มา
vision. Do they want to go?
นุ่งดุมแม่น่ะสั่งอิส
Yeah,
I don't
look at
think
that. Zaz don't gonna go for it because it is Tatakai already been emerged as the Black Dragon there. Nice zoning, nice halting for team ET.
ETS bosumi hoigido sisina adu nate aduduna eliminators haba sisina eternal torment haba sigi ET sina eternal torment
But now the mid's time. But when they will have the super one, will they gonna sustain it or not?
ibi line up to kana kana oidono comeback to aina dum adudi aina dum reveal tawrage ko surprise oina reveal tawani matam duna yawarkanda maybe December natraga lam December natraga January first week ta adu khangani January first week na latest ni ko
the waves there. Okay, the walls comes up a little bit of halt onto the Lord, but now Tatakai goes in with the Black Dragon emerges as well. He might go for the
Maya
engage.
yam
He
din
goes
mega
in
one
there,
ge
but
pazai
Pony
shot
with the
kre
Ghost
shot
Shadow
kre
goes in there. Roki Shadow comes up, monster will be secured, and it will be Funny Valentine going down there. It will be the rating
loi
surge
loi
of
lot
Captain
ngai boy
Captain
bezani
Captain
moi je lot
Captain
ngai boy
comes
bezani
up as well. The Crazy Papu finds the kill. It behind
Rick
the
slow
ball
the
as
video
well.
go no
Pony
Ricks
in the goal. Secure the
Lord
win
ko ina
after
push to
taking
gesi ni
out
boy
the
na
crown
haje
and popping it up.
pazai
It
pazai
will be team Eternal Torment bringing out the Eternal Torment to the side
stream
of
lo shalo ya
Dakusena
bro lo
and
shalo ya
sending
re
them to the
guys
hellway. That is 0-2 bracket. And we are
GG
closer
well
to
played
the
well
mark of
played
the elimination.
eternal torment sa thi re team
This is
fight
the
moi
first
jo
win, the first taste of the victory for Eternal Torment. Do you find them coming back into Mythic Showdown Season 2 the way they started it
mathang gi
now?
team sina
The first
kana kana
game was
mathang
a
gi team
loss
da
and now find that taste of the victor. Do
mathang
you
gi team je
feel
masa
like
phandok pi team je
they're
kai no
back into
maming
the
je
track,
udre
or
masa
it's
phandok pi
just
team monga
Dakusena were not
UT
so
ya monga UT je kai no UT
I honestly think ETR just played better. I think Dakusena did have a
UT
good
adagi
draft
Crooks
until
Requiem
the
ga
second
kenam
set.
ga
I
lai
think
ga
that ETR
Crooks
was a very
Requiem ga
situation,
Yama
but I
Esports
think
ga
they were cornered into
last game da
having that, right?
Crooks
So I think
Requiem
that is one of the reasons. Second thing is definitely ETR has been playing really tough opponents lately. If you know, they've been fighting. Their first match in this stage was SATO Esports, really known
khar phajan je
for
line up to
having a
phajan ni
long
phajan
win
ni
streak. And when you face them and you
UT
perform
the
really well, actually,
untitled
they
have
were
okay
able
okay
to win
untitled
with
ko
them.
wo team
But
ju
still
lai
they
ga
lost that one, but right now they're coming back on track. And this is their first
oh
win.
peak ama je
Maybe
peak la
their
okay
next
okay
match
peak ka
will be
untitled ka
to, give them a proper like yep, they have done it, but with it, there we go. The leader, the captain, Puni gets that MVP.
now cha moirang them yai ko bro
That's why he burst it out.
yeah
You know, who was a Funny Valentine immediately without any contest. team fight participation.
ꯑꯗꯨꯗꯤ
76%.
ꯃꯊꯪꯒꯤ ꯒꯦꯝꯁꯤ
So
ꯉꯥꯏꯕ ꯑꯣꯏꯅ
really goes to show
ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ
how
ꯑꯣꯖꯥ ꯍꯣꯏꯗ
good
ꯂꯩꯀꯥꯏ
they
ꯀꯣꯏꯁꯤꯀꯣ
performed, and I
ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ
think
ꯑꯣꯖꯥ ꯍꯣꯏꯗ
it was
ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯑꯣꯖꯥ ꯍꯣꯏꯗ ꯂꯩꯀꯥꯏ ꯀꯣꯏꯁꯦ ꯃꯥꯁꯤ ꯀꯩꯅꯣ ꯃꯥꯅ ꯄꯥꯏꯗꯣꯏꯁꯦ
ꯗꯦꯕꯗ ꯆꯩ ꯆꯥꯗꯣꯏꯁꯦ
ꯃꯥꯏ ꯆꯧꯁꯤꯗꯤ ꯌꯥꯔꯦꯗ
ꯑꯗꯨꯗꯤ ꯃꯣꯏ ꯑꯅꯧꯕ ꯂꯥꯏꯔꯛꯇꯣ ꯐꯖꯅ ꯁꯥꯗꯔꯛꯏ
and you're out of the mythic
ꯃꯥꯏ
showdown.
ꯆꯧꯁꯤꯗꯤ ꯌꯥꯔꯦ
Bro,
ꯌꯦꯡꯗ꯭ꯔꯒꯁꯨ
I
ꯀꯣ
mean, even though you're gonna see that KD of 607, unkillable, the man, the myth, the legend for Eternal Torment, Puni.
ꯏꯟꯗꯤꯌꯥꯗ
There was a
ꯏꯟꯗꯤꯌꯥꯁꯦ
time
ꯔꯨꯜ
we
ꯑꯝꯇ
say that
ꯇꯧꯁꯤꯗꯅ ꯕ꯭ꯔꯣ
don't give Hayabusa, don't
ꯇꯧꯁꯤ
flip that
ꯇꯧꯁꯤ
Hayabusa for Ryu, but now it is like,
ꯏꯟꯗꯤꯌꯥꯁꯦ
okay,
ꯍꯧꯖꯤꯛ
we
ꯍꯧꯖꯤꯛ
have the
ꯃꯩꯇꯩ
Hayabusa in hand.
ꯃꯆꯥꯅꯅꯤꯀꯣ ꯔꯨꯜ
I
ꯇꯧꯔꯤꯁꯦ
mean, we
ꯃꯩꯇꯩ ꯃꯆꯥ
found it
ꯁꯣꯔꯤ
Ray
ꯃꯌꯥꯡ
of
ꯃꯆꯥ
607, but
ꯏꯟꯗꯤꯌꯥꯁꯦ
look
ꯃꯌꯥꯡ
at
ꯃꯆꯥꯅꯗꯤ
crazy
ꯔꯨꯜ
Papu.
ꯇꯧꯈꯠꯂꯛꯑꯦ ꯀꯨꯏꯗꯤ
I mean,
ꯀꯨꯏꯔꯦ
this
ꯃꯌꯥꯡ
guy
ꯃꯆꯥꯅ ꯔꯨꯜ
is
ꯇꯧꯈꯠꯂꯛꯏꯁꯦ
literally crazy with the roam. 726 KDA. He's having more kill, more assists than the, I mean, Puni is having
ꯑꯦꯟꯊꯦꯝ
more
ꯑꯝꯇ
assists
ꯊꯥꯔꯛꯑꯣ
than the
ബ്ꯔꯣ
roamer,
ꯊꯥꯀꯅꯤ
and
ꯊꯥꯀꯅꯤ
he's having more kill than the roamer. This is what the difference being set up by Eternal Torment. When we started the match, it was a little bit delay from
ꯀꯤꯜꯂꯔ
our side,
ꯇꯣꯝꯕ
but that was a 0-5 score.
M7
Johnson with
M6
all
ꯌꯥꯎꯕ ꯌꯥꯕꯒꯤ ꯆꯥꯟꯁ
201
ꯂꯩꯕ꯭ꯔꯣ
was
ꯕ꯭ꯔꯣ
the KD of
ꯏꯟꯗꯤꯌꯥꯁꯦ ꯁꯣꯔꯤ
Papu.
ꯏꯟꯗꯤꯌꯥꯗꯤ
He
ꯎꯄꯥꯏ
found
ꯂꯩꯇꯦꯀꯣ
a triple kill in this game,
ꯏꯟꯗꯤꯌꯥꯗꯤ
and look at
ꯎꯄꯥꯏ
the
ꯂꯩꯇꯦ
head-to-head now.
ꯁꯤꯒꯤ
Forget about the
ꯇꯣꯔꯅꯥꯃꯦꯟꯁꯤꯅ
Funny
ꯈ꯭ꯋꯥꯏ ꯆꯥꯎꯋꯦ
Funny Valentine. He was
ꯁꯤꯒꯤ
the only
ꯃꯇꯨꯡꯗ
one who was
ꯑꯃꯨꯛ ꯍꯟꯅ
having more
ꯇꯧꯔꯛꯈꯤꯅꯤ
team of
ꯈꯣꯠꯀꯗ꯭ꯔꯥꯗꯤ
Zeta,
ꯈꯪꯗꯦꯀꯣ
but
ꯑꯗꯣ
look at
ꯗꯥꯏꯃꯟꯒꯤ
KD.
ꯇꯣꯔꯅꯥꯃꯦꯟꯇꯤ
You
ꯃꯌꯥꯝ
cannot
ꯂꯩ
go for a 1v5,
ꯄꯩꯁꯥꯒꯤꯗꯤ
Asus
ꯈꯪꯗꯦ
5v5, MOBA 5v5. You need to
ꯄꯩꯁꯥꯒꯤꯗꯤ
pull
ꯁꯤꯅ
out
ꯏꯆꯥꯎ
an
ꯆꯥꯎꯔꯦ
ace or A
4
plus game
lakhsꯀꯤ
play
ꯇꯣꯔꯅꯥꯃꯦꯟꯅꯤ
from
ꯁꯤꯁꯦ
5 of your
ꯐꯥꯔꯁ
members
ꯄ꯭ꯔꯥꯏꯖꯇꯣ
of Eternal
lupa
Torment
kya
in
bo
that.
1,80,000
And now
ꯑꯗꯨꯃꯥꯏꯅ
you're gonna
ꯑꯣꯏꯔꯝꯕꯁꯨ
see
ꯌꯥꯏ
that
2 lakhs
Hayabusa
ꯑꯣꯏꯔꯝꯕꯁꯨ
Puni
ꯌꯥꯏ
with
ꯈꯪꯗꯦ ꯐꯥꯔꯁ ꯄ꯭ꯔꯥꯏꯖꯇꯨꯃꯗꯤ ꯀꯥꯟꯅꯔꯦ ꯌꯥꯝ
10.3 with an obvious MVP onto him, the carrier, the rich guy. And look at this. This is obviously Kemi into the hand of Kai. And what a gameplay he was doing. I mean, even though
ꯑꯦꯟꯊꯦꯝ
the
ꯊꯥꯁꯦ ꯑꯦꯟꯊꯦꯝꯗꯣ ꯁꯨꯄꯔ ꯆꯦꯠ ꯂꯥꯛꯀꯥꯟ
remnants
ꯊꯥꯒꯦꯕꯀꯣ
of
ꯑꯦꯟꯊꯦꯝꯗꯣ ꯅꯥꯟꯅ
Kai was not
ꯁꯨꯄꯔ
so
ꯆꯦꯠ ꯂꯥꯛꯀꯥꯟꯗ
good
ꯊꯥꯒꯦ
there
ꯄꯪꯊꯥ
before,
ꯊꯥꯖꯤꯜꯂꯛꯄꯗꯣ ꯃꯌꯥꯝ
and
ꯅꯥꯀꯣꯡ ꯃꯦꯟꯖꯟꯅꯩꯅꯦ
Puni was really
ꯑꯗꯨꯗꯅꯦ
shadowing him
ꯁꯨꯄꯔ
there.
ꯆꯦꯠꯁꯤꯗꯤ
Still
ꯀꯛꯅꯤꯡꯉꯥꯏ
managed
ꯂꯩꯇ꯭ꯔꯕꯅꯤꯅ
to pull out that good KDA
ꯁꯨꯄꯔ
for
ꯆꯦꯠꯄꯨ
him as
ꯂꯥꯛꯑꯗꯤ
well.
ꯊꯥꯖꯤꯜꯂꯛꯑꯅꯤ
It's like
ꯑꯦꯟꯊꯦꯝꯗꯣ
100% from Eternal Torment. They gave it out and did the head-to-head roamer.
ꯕ꯭ꯔꯣ
We
ꯍꯣꯏ
don't
ꯑꯣꯞ
want to
ꯆꯠꯈꯤꯕꯗꯩ
talk it,
ꯃꯌꯥꯡꯅ
man.
ꯋꯥꯖꯥꯎ ꯇꯧ
I don't
ꯂꯩꯔꯦ
want to talk it.
ꯇꯧꯖꯔ ꯂꯩꯔꯕꯅꯦ ꯃꯌꯥꯡꯗꯤ
024, 726. Everything goes to none other than Crazy Papu. He was crazy
ꯁꯤꯒꯤ ꯇꯥꯇꯥ
tonight.
ꯀꯦꯁꯦ ꯃꯩꯇꯩ
And
ꯃꯆꯥꯅ
again,
ꯍꯥꯏꯔꯝꯕꯗꯨꯅꯤ
there's the Yuzong obviously
ꯂꯥꯏꯐ
taking
ꯆꯥꯏꯀꯣ
on the
ꯕ꯭ꯔꯗꯔ
winning lane against the
ꯂꯩꯈꯠꯂꯤꯒꯁꯦ
UNS team.
ꯇꯤꯂꯤꯄꯇꯤꯒꯤ
Found
ꯀꯩꯅꯣꯅꯤ
that first
ꯃꯩꯇꯩꯅꯤ
kill in
ꯍꯥꯏꯖꯤꯜꯂꯝꯃꯤ
just
ꯀꯃꯦꯟꯇ
6
ꯌꯥꯏ ꯌꯥꯏ
minutes of
ꯌꯥꯏ
the time. And this is the
ꯁꯥꯟꯅꯩꯀꯣ
thing in
ꯅꯣꯏꯁꯨ
last
ꯑꯗꯨꯝ
two games
ꯀꯃꯦꯟꯇ
we've
ꯌꯥꯏ
been seeing like the mid lane is getting down easily, and then the team who are taking down the mid lane, expanding the jungle area for them, are taking on the game as well. But now you're gonna see that wingman, not the roamer, but the
ꯑꯁꯤꯒꯤ
mythic
ꯍꯦꯗ
here
ꯇꯨ
having
ꯍꯦꯗ
the KD of
ꯀꯝꯄꯦꯔꯤꯖꯟꯁꯤ ꯀꯩ ꯍꯥꯏꯅꯤꯡꯉꯤꯅꯣ
012
ꯁ꯭ꯇꯦꯠꯁ
and
ꯎꯠꯂꯤꯅꯦ
carry the
ꯀꯔꯝꯕꯅ
rich
ꯍꯦꯜꯂꯤ
guy.
ꯀꯔꯝꯕꯅ
It will
ꯀꯦꯗꯤ
be Puni
ꯐꯖꯕ
of
ꯍꯦꯜꯂꯤ
course,
ꯀꯔꯝꯕꯅ ꯒꯣꯜꯗ
but
ꯍꯦꯜꯂꯤ ꯀꯔꯝꯕꯅ ꯗꯦꯃꯦꯖ
will be
ꯇꯦꯛꯀꯟ
the
ꯍꯦꯜꯂꯤ
sandbag will be
ꯑꯗꯨꯅꯦ
Uranus
ꯀꯔꯝꯕꯅ
Sand
ꯗꯦꯃꯦꯖ
with
ꯑꯗꯨ
a
ꯂꯣꯏ
devastating
ꯎꯠꯂꯤꯅꯦ ꯁꯤꯗ
94.468. This is what a reason God can do. And it was a good game, Ray, but what can we say?
ꯁꯦꯟꯕꯦꯛ ꯑꯁꯤꯗ ꯌꯨ
Winner
ꯑꯦꯟ ꯑꯦꯁꯦ
gets
ꯁꯦꯟꯕꯦꯛ
dissolved,
ꯇꯥꯏꯁꯤꯅ
loser has to fall, and
ꯇꯤꯝ
the loser
ꯁꯤꯒꯤ ꯇꯤꯝ ꯑꯅꯤꯁꯤ ꯃꯅꯨꯡꯗ ꯈ꯭ꯋꯥꯏꯗꯒꯤ ꯗꯦꯃꯦꯖꯅ ꯈ꯭ꯋꯥꯏꯗꯒꯤ ꯆꯥꯕ ꯃꯤꯗꯣ ꯁꯦꯟꯕꯦꯛ
side
ꯀꯧꯋꯦꯕ
that is Eternal Torment
ꯑꯗꯨꯗꯨꯅꯤ
will be having the test of 1-1 Swiss stage bracket.
ꯋꯤꯡꯃꯦꯟ
You
ꯍꯥꯏꯁꯤꯅ
calling it out
ꯑꯦꯁꯤꯁ
so
ꯈ꯭ꯋꯥꯏꯗꯒꯤ
beautifully,
ꯌꯥꯝꯕ
Ash. You did the analysis for me as well. Really good job there. But anyways, with it, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be taking a short little break
ꯑꯦꯝ
right
ꯁꯤꯔꯤꯁꯇ
now
ꯌꯧꯅꯤꯡꯉꯗꯤ
before we head into
ꯑꯣꯗꯤꯌꯟꯁꯇꯤ
another match,
ꯂꯩꯔꯦ
of
ꯏꯟꯗꯤꯌꯥꯗ
course,
ꯑꯣꯗꯤꯌꯟꯁ
and give
ꯂꯩꯕꯁꯨ
Ash
ꯂꯩ
a little bit
ꯑꯗꯨꯕꯨ
of a
ꯀꯩꯅꯣ
time to
ꯇꯧꯕ
obviously sip on some
ꯕꯦꯟ
water. But
ꯇꯧꯋꯦꯕ
make sure
ꯕꯦꯟ
you
ꯇꯧꯕꯁꯤꯗꯤ
also
ꯀꯩꯝ
stay
ꯇꯧ ꯉꯝꯃꯣꯏ
hydrated. And with it, ladies and
ꯇꯣꯔꯅꯥꯃꯦꯟ ꯑꯝꯇ
gentlemen, we'll
ꯁꯤꯟꯕ
be right
ꯉꯝꯗꯦ
back with the
ꯃꯨꯟꯇꯣꯟꯅ ꯈꯨꯠ
next
ꯊꯥꯕ ꯉꯝꯗꯦ
Best of One series into Mythic
ꯈꯨꯠꯁꯦ
Showdown Season
ꯇꯞꯅ
2. So
ꯂꯥꯞꯅ
don't
ꯊꯔꯠ
go
ꯄꯥꯔꯇꯤ
anywhere.
ꯑꯣꯏꯅ ꯊꯥꯛꯏꯅꯦꯕ
And stay
ꯁꯤꯒꯤ
tuned, of
ꯃꯤꯊꯤꯛ
course,
ꯁꯣꯗꯥꯎꯟ
on
ꯍꯥꯏꯁꯦ
Wonder
ꯃꯨꯟꯇꯣꯟꯅ
Queens.
ꯁꯤꯟꯕꯅꯦꯕ ꯁꯤꯁꯦ ꯃꯤꯊꯤꯛ ꯁꯣꯗꯥꯎꯟꯁꯦ ꯃꯨꯟꯇꯣꯟꯅ ꯁꯤꯟꯕꯅꯦ ꯁꯤ ꯈꯛꯇꯅꯦ ꯃꯣꯏꯅ ꯈꯨꯠ ꯊꯥꯔꯤꯁꯦ ꯑꯇꯣꯞꯄꯗꯤ ꯉꯝꯗꯦ ꯃꯨꯟꯇꯣꯟꯅ ꯁ꯭ꯄꯣꯟꯁꯔ ꯀꯩꯀꯥ ꯇꯧꯕ ꯑꯇꯩ 14 ꯃꯤꯅꯤꯠ ꯍꯥꯏꯔꯤꯅꯦ 14 ꯃꯤꯅꯤꯠꯁꯦ ꯑꯃꯨꯛ ꯉꯥꯏꯗꯣꯏꯅꯤꯅ ꯇꯧꯔꯤꯁꯦ ꯑꯁ ꯁꯤꯁꯤꯅꯦ ꯋꯥꯆ ꯄꯥꯔꯇꯤ ꯇꯧꯕ ꯑꯩꯅ ꯈ꯭ꯋꯥꯏꯗꯒꯤ ꯇꯜꯂꯤꯁꯦ ꯃꯔꯤ ꯁꯝꯊꯔꯒꯗꯤ ꯐꯕ ꯌꯦꯡꯉꯁꯤꯁꯦ ꯃꯥꯒꯤ ꯆꯧ ꯃꯍꯤꯁꯦ ꯑꯣꯏꯅ
Flicker. Hero Flicker. Seriously.
MNICꯗꯣ ꯌꯦꯡꯊꯁꯦ 이빌 vs ꯔꯥꯏꯖꯦꯟꯗꯣ MNIC ꯀꯧꯕ ꯇꯣꯔꯅꯥꯃꯦꯟ ꯑꯃꯁꯨ ꯁꯥꯟꯅꯈꯤꯕ꯭ꯔꯣ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯀꯥꯎꯔꯤꯕ꯭ꯔꯣ ꯇꯣꯔꯅꯥꯃꯦꯟꯁꯤꯗꯤ ꯃꯃꯤꯡꯗꯤ ꯑꯝꯇ ꯈꯪꯍꯧꯗ꯭ꯔꯦ ꯑꯗꯣ ꯔꯥꯏꯖꯦꯟꯗꯤ ꯐꯅꯌꯥꯝ ꯁꯥꯟꯅꯈꯤꯀꯣ ꯔꯥꯏꯖꯦꯟꯗꯤ ꯐꯖꯅ ꯐꯨꯊꯈꯤꯕꯅꯦ ꯔꯥꯏꯖꯦꯟ ꯀꯥꯡꯕꯨꯁꯤꯅꯦꯕ ꯊꯥꯏꯅ
Player boobs ꯍꯧꯖꯤꯛꯀꯤ
ꯔꯥꯏꯖꯦꯟ ꯀꯥꯡꯕꯨꯁꯤꯗꯤ ꯑꯥꯏꯖꯦꯟ ꯀꯥꯡꯕꯨ I7ꯒ ꯇꯣꯏꯅ ꯄꯥꯟꯅꯔꯝꯕ ꯇꯤꯝꯅꯦꯕ I7ꯒꯤ ꯀꯃꯥꯏꯅ ꯔꯥꯏꯕꯦꯜ ꯇꯤꯝꯅꯦꯕ ꯑꯗꯣ ꯃꯣꯏꯁꯨ ꯋꯥꯖꯥꯎ ꯌꯥꯝ ꯉꯥꯡꯉꯤꯀꯣ ꯔꯥꯏꯖꯦꯟꯁꯨ ꯃꯇꯝꯗꯨꯗ ꯑꯗꯣ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯅꯗꯤ ꯇꯣꯔꯅꯥꯃꯦꯟ ꯈꯨꯗꯤꯡꯒꯤ ꯑꯗꯨꯝ ꯊꯦꯡꯅꯩ ꯈꯨꯗꯤꯡꯒꯤ ꯌꯩꯕꯅꯦ ꯃꯣꯏꯁꯦ ꯑꯗꯨꯗꯒꯤ ꯃꯣꯏ ꯃꯌꯥꯡ ꯇꯨꯃꯤꯟ ꯂꯩꯈ꯭ꯔꯦ ꯃꯌꯥꯡ ꯀꯥꯡꯕꯨ ꯔꯥꯏꯖꯦꯟ ꯀꯥꯡꯕꯨ ꯃꯗꯨꯗꯒꯤ ꯇꯨꯃꯤꯟ ꯂꯩꯕ ꯍꯧꯈ꯭ꯔꯦ ꯈꯪꯗꯦꯗ ꯃꯌꯥꯡ ꯃꯆꯥ ꯃꯌꯥꯝꯁꯦ ꯇꯨꯃꯤꯟꯅꯗꯤ ꯂꯣꯏ ꯂꯩꯍꯜꯂꯝꯕꯅꯦ ꯑꯌꯥꯝꯕ ꯑꯗꯣ ꯍꯧꯖꯤꯛꯇꯤ ꯁꯥꯟꯅꯕ ꯂꯦꯞꯄꯕꯅꯤꯅ ꯃꯣꯏꯁꯨ ꯋꯥ ꯉꯥꯡꯕ ꯍꯧꯔꯛꯑꯦ ꯁꯦꯂꯔꯤ ꯌꯥꯝꯃꯟꯗꯕꯗꯩ ꯇꯣꯛꯑꯦ ꯃꯣꯠ ꯍꯜꯂꯣ ꯔꯣ ꯇꯧꯀꯣ ꯇꯧ ꯕꯦꯟ ꯂꯤꯐ ꯇꯧꯔꯛꯇ꯭ꯔꯤꯕꯣ ꯍꯣꯏ ꯕꯦꯟ ꯂꯤꯐ ꯇꯧꯔꯛꯇ꯭ꯔꯤꯕꯣ ꯀꯩꯝ ꯇꯧꯉꯝꯃꯣꯏ ꯀꯩꯅꯣ ꯃꯥꯅ ꯉꯥꯡꯉꯤꯁꯦ ꯑꯩ ꯀꯩꯝ ꯇꯥꯗꯦ ꯍꯦꯠꯐꯣꯟ ꯌꯥꯎꯗꯕꯩꯅꯦꯕ ꯃꯥ ꯉꯥꯡꯉꯤꯁꯦ ꯀꯩꯝ ꯇꯥꯗꯦꯕ ꯁꯤ ꯏꯁꯇ꯭ꯔꯤꯃꯔꯁꯦ ꯉꯥꯡꯉꯤꯁꯦ ꯑꯩ ꯀꯩꯝ ꯇꯥꯗꯦ ꯃꯥꯔꯇꯤꯁꯇꯤ ꯀꯨꯁꯤ ꯇꯧꯔꯦꯅꯦ ꯊꯥꯃꯨꯁꯀꯁꯤ ꯐꯖꯔꯦ ꯁ꯭ꯀꯤꯟꯁꯦ ꯃꯩ ꯆꯠꯂꯦ ꯑꯗꯣ ꯅꯦꯄꯥꯜꯒꯤ ꯒꯥꯏꯁ ꯑꯩ ꯍꯥꯏꯁꯦ ꯅꯦꯄꯥꯜꯒꯤ ꯌꯥꯍꯤꯀꯣꯅ ꯑꯃ ꯂꯩꯕ ꯃꯥꯜꯂꯦ ꯃꯥꯂꯦꯁꯤꯌꯥꯗ ꯏꯝꯄꯣꯔꯠ ꯇꯧꯔꯒ ꯁꯥꯟꯅꯕ ꯅꯦꯄꯥꯜ ꯄ꯭ꯂꯦꯌꯔ ꯑꯃ ꯏꯝꯄꯣꯔꯠ ꯇꯧꯔ ꯃꯥꯂꯦꯁꯤꯌꯥꯒꯤ ꯇꯤꯝ ꯑꯃꯅ ꯁꯥꯟꯅꯕ ꯑꯃ ꯂꯩ ꯃꯥꯜꯂꯦ ꯑꯗꯨꯗꯣ ꯀꯥꯏꯔꯤ ꯃꯥꯅ ꯀꯥꯏꯔꯤ 1v1 ꯍꯥꯠꯄꯒꯤ ꯁꯀ꯭ꯔꯤꯝ ꯑꯝꯇ ꯊꯦꯡꯅꯕ ꯃꯥꯏ ꯚꯤꯗꯤꯑꯣ ꯃꯇꯦꯛ ꯑꯃ ꯑꯗꯨꯗꯣ ꯑꯁꯦꯡꯕ꯭ꯔꯥ ꯑꯁꯦꯡꯕ ꯅꯠꯇꯕ ꯅꯣꯏꯁꯨ ꯎꯔꯕ꯭ꯔꯥ ꯍꯪꯒꯦ ꯇꯧꯕꯅꯦ ꯌꯥꯏꯀꯣ ꯅꯦꯄꯥꯜ ꯃꯆꯥꯗꯨꯅ ꯀꯥꯏꯔꯤꯒ 1v1 ꯇꯧꯅꯔꯝꯃꯤꯗꯣ ꯀꯃꯥꯏꯅ ꯇꯧꯔꯤꯅꯣ ꯁꯤꯅꯦ ꯑꯩ ꯉꯛꯏꯅꯦ ꯅꯦꯄꯥꯜꯗꯤ ꯆꯥꯟꯁ ꯑꯃ ꯂꯩ ꯀꯅꯥꯒꯤ ꯄ꯭ꯂꯦꯅꯣ ꯁꯤꯁꯦ ꯀꯩꯅꯣꯒꯤꯅꯦ ꯔꯨꯛꯀꯤ ꯄ꯭ꯂꯦꯅ ꯌꯦꯡꯉꯤꯁꯤ ꯑꯁꯣꯝ ꯅꯥꯀꯟꯒꯤ ꯀꯩꯅꯣꯗ ꯋꯥꯁ ꯄꯥꯔꯇꯤꯗꯣ ꯉꯥꯏꯍꯥꯛ ꯉꯥꯏꯔꯁꯦꯕ ꯃꯤꯅꯤꯠ 10 ꯋꯥꯠꯂꯤ ꯔꯨꯛꯁꯦ ꯃꯊꯤꯜꯗ ꯑꯣꯄꯤ ꯆꯠꯂꯝꯗꯥꯏꯅꯦ ꯃꯥꯅꯦ ꯆꯠꯂꯝꯕꯅꯦ ꯑꯁꯦꯡꯕꯅꯦ ꯁꯀ꯭ꯔꯤꯝꯅꯦ ꯑꯣꯀꯦ ꯑꯗꯨꯏꯗꯤ ꯑꯣꯅꯤꯛ ꯑꯥꯏꯗꯤꯒꯅꯦꯕ ꯃꯣꯏ ꯁꯥꯟꯅꯩꯗꯣ ꯑꯣꯅꯤꯛ ꯑꯥꯏꯗꯤꯒ ꯑꯗꯒꯤ ꯃꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯃꯦꯟ ꯂꯥꯏꯟ ꯑꯞꯇꯨꯅꯦꯕ ꯀꯥꯏꯔꯤꯁꯨ ꯌꯥꯎꯋꯦꯕ ꯑꯗꯣ ꯃꯥꯅ ꯐꯦꯅꯤꯒ ꯄꯥꯏꯔꯒ ꯍꯥꯠꯄꯩ ꯃꯥꯁꯦ ꯐꯦꯅꯤꯗꯤ ꯍꯩꯈꯤꯕꯅꯦ ꯊꯥꯏꯅꯗꯒꯤ ꯄꯥꯏꯔꯛꯄꯅꯦ ꯃꯥꯏ ꯐꯦꯅꯤꯁꯦ ꯌꯥꯍꯤꯀꯣꯗꯣ ꯐꯦꯅꯤꯗ ꯐꯥꯎꯕꯅꯤꯗ ꯑꯗꯨꯏ ꯃꯅꯥꯎꯗꯣ ꯑꯗꯣ ꯑꯇꯣꯞꯄ ꯍꯦꯔꯣꯗꯤ ꯍꯩꯕ ꯍꯩꯇꯕ꯭ꯔꯥ ꯈꯪꯗꯦ ꯐꯦꯅꯤꯗꯤ ꯍꯩꯕꯅꯦ ꯌꯥꯍꯤꯀꯣ ꯀꯥꯏ ꯁꯤꯁ ꯅꯥꯔꯨꯇꯣ ꯌꯥꯝ ꯌꯦꯡꯉꯦꯕ ꯍꯥ ꯃꯥꯁꯦ ꯁꯤꯡꯒꯥꯄꯨꯔꯅꯦ ꯃꯥꯂꯦꯁꯤꯌꯥ ꯅꯠꯇꯦ ꯑꯣꯀꯦ ꯁꯤꯡꯒꯥꯄꯨꯔ ꯅꯦꯄꯥꯜꯁꯦ ꯒꯦꯝꯗꯤ ꯑꯗꯨꯝ ꯌꯥꯕꯅꯤ ꯅꯦꯄꯥꯜꯁꯤꯅꯦ ꯆꯥꯟꯁ ꯈ꯭ꯋꯥꯏꯗꯒꯤ ꯐꯪꯉꯤꯁꯦ ꯅꯦꯄꯥꯜ ꯀꯥꯡꯕꯨꯁꯦ ꯃꯣꯏꯗꯤ ꯃꯗꯥꯎ ꯌꯥꯝ ꯌꯥꯔꯦ ꯚꯤꯖꯟꯒ ꯃꯥꯡꯉꯤꯁꯤꯗꯤ ꯀꯩꯅꯣꯗ ꯀꯥꯎꯁꯜꯂꯒ ꯀꯞꯄꯦ ꯀꯩꯅꯣ ꯔꯨꯛꯅ ꯀꯞꯄ ꯂꯥꯏꯞꯇ ꯍꯥꯏꯁꯦ ꯕꯗꯔ ꯖꯤꯄꯦ ꯇꯧꯈꯤꯕꯅꯤ ꯀꯖꯂꯦ ꯕꯗꯔ ꯄꯤꯇꯥꯛ ꯕꯗꯔ ꯀꯞꯄꯦꯀꯣ ꯖꯤꯄꯦ ꯑꯩꯗꯤ ꯖꯤꯄꯦꯒ ꯀꯩꯝ ꯍꯥꯞꯇꯕꯅꯤꯀꯣ ꯖꯤꯄꯦ ꯇꯧꯈꯤꯕꯅꯦ ꯍꯥꯏꯖꯜꯂꯦ ꯕ꯭ꯔꯣ ꯂꯩꯈꯠꯂꯦ ꯕꯗꯔ ꯄꯤꯇꯥꯟ ꯌꯥꯝ ꯋꯥꯔꯦ ꯃꯥꯒꯤ ꯆꯧ ꯄ꯭ꯂꯦꯁꯦ ꯇꯣꯛꯑꯁꯦ ꯌꯦꯡꯉꯨꯔꯁꯦ ꯁ꯭ꯀꯤꯟꯁꯤꯗꯤ ꯌꯥꯝ ꯐꯖꯔꯦꯀꯣ ꯃꯥꯒꯤ ꯁ꯭ꯀꯤꯟꯁꯤꯗꯤ ꯊꯤ ꯐꯖꯔꯦ ꯑꯗꯣ ꯃꯥꯒꯤ ꯒꯦꯝ ꯄ꯭ꯂꯦꯁꯤꯗꯤ ꯃꯥ ꯁꯣꯔ ꯐꯨꯡꯒꯠꯂꯒ ꯁꯥꯟꯅꯔꯦ ꯁꯤꯁꯨ ꯋꯥꯠꯂꯤꯅꯦ ꯀꯅꯥꯒꯤ ꯏꯁꯇ꯭ꯔꯤꯝꯅꯣ ꯑꯩꯅ ꯌꯦꯡꯗꯣꯏꯁꯤꯕꯨ ꯍꯨ ꯏꯁ ꯂꯥꯏꯐ ꯔꯥꯏꯠ ꯅꯥꯎ ꯍꯨ ꯏꯁ ꯂꯥꯏꯐ ꯑꯦꯅꯤ ꯃꯅꯤꯄꯨꯔ ꯏꯁꯇ꯭ꯔꯤꯃꯔ ꯑꯩ ꯋꯥꯆ ꯄꯥꯔꯇꯤ ꯍꯧꯖꯤꯛ ꯇꯧꯔꯛꯀꯦ ꯑꯦꯅꯤ ꯃꯅꯤꯄꯨꯔ ꯏꯁꯇ꯭ꯔꯤꯃꯔ 1 lakh GPay tꯧꯒꯤꯅꯤ bro ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯄꯨꯂꯞꯅ ꯍꯩꯒꯠꯂꯒꯦ ꯄ꯭ꯂꯦꯌꯔ ꯍꯩꯒꯠꯂꯒꯦ ꯍꯌꯦꯡꯃꯛ ꯄ꯭ꯂꯦꯌꯔ ꯍꯩꯒꯠꯂꯒꯦ ꯉꯥꯏꯕ ꯑꯣꯏꯅ ꯉꯥꯏꯍꯥꯛ ꯂꯥꯏꯔꯤꯛ ꯄꯥꯔꯨꯒꯦ ꯏꯁꯩ ꯑꯣꯏꯅ ꯇꯥꯁꯤꯁꯦ ꯏꯁꯩ ꯇꯥꯔꯗꯤ ꯊꯨꯅ ꯀꯩꯅꯣ ꯇꯧꯈꯤꯕꯅꯤꯀꯣ ꯃꯇꯝ
ꯔꯣꯖꯔ ꯑꯣꯏꯕꯩ ꯎꯔꯦꯍꯦ ꯃꯥꯏ ꯍꯨꯏꯗꯣ ꯈꯣꯡꯉꯛꯄꯗ ꯃꯥꯡꯉꯁꯨ ꯎꯔꯦ
ꯀꯩꯅꯣ ꯅꯦꯠ ꯆꯞꯈ꯭ꯔꯦ ꯀꯄꯜ ꯂꯥꯏꯐꯇ ꯍꯥꯏꯔꯒ ꯅꯦꯠ ꯈꯔ ꯇꯞꯄ ꯃꯥꯜꯂꯦ ꯑꯩꯒꯤ ꯁꯣꯔꯠꯁꯐꯥꯎ ꯌꯦꯡꯕ ꯌꯥꯔꯛꯇ꯭ꯔꯦꯅ ꯇꯧꯔꯤꯁꯦ ꯑꯩꯒꯤ ꯂꯥꯏꯐꯇꯤ ꯀꯩꯝ ꯆꯞꯇꯕ ꯅꯠꯇ꯭ꯔꯣ ꯑꯩꯒꯤ ꯂꯥꯏꯐ ꯆꯞꯇ꯭ꯔꯒꯗꯤ ꯏꯁꯩ ꯃꯃꯤꯡ ꯍꯥꯏꯔꯛꯑꯣ ꯏꯁꯩ ꯃꯃꯤꯡ ꯀꯩꯅꯣꯅꯦ ꯐꯔꯗꯤꯅꯥꯟ ꯌꯣꯌꯣꯒꯤ ꯅꯥꯇꯩ ꯅꯅꯥꯎ ꯊꯥꯏꯅ ꯏꯕꯤꯜ ꯇꯣꯔꯅꯤ ꯊꯣꯛꯄꯒꯤ ꯄ꯭ꯂꯦ ꯑꯣꯏꯅ ꯌꯦꯡꯁꯦ ꯇꯣꯔꯅꯥꯃꯦꯟꯁꯦ ꯀꯩ ꯁꯥꯟꯅꯒꯦꯁꯦ ꯕ꯭ꯔꯣ ꯑꯩ ꯃꯃꯤꯡ ꯑꯝꯇ ꯈꯪꯗꯦ ꯇꯣꯔꯅꯥꯃꯦꯟ ꯃꯃꯤꯡꯗꯣ ꯏꯗ꯭ꯔꯗꯤ ꯊꯤꯕ ꯐꯪꯉꯣꯏ ꯌꯨꯇ꯭ꯌꯨꯕꯇ ꯊꯥꯏꯅ ꯅꯣꯏ ꯕ꯭ꯔꯗꯔ ꯀꯩꯒ ꯁꯦꯂꯦꯅꯥꯒ ꯅꯇꯥꯂꯤꯌꯥꯒ ꯌꯥꯝ ꯁꯥꯟꯅꯔꯛꯑꯦꯕ ꯃꯤꯠꯇ ꯃꯥꯅ ꯅꯇꯥꯂꯤꯌꯥ ꯔꯣꯝ ꯁꯥꯟꯅꯔꯅꯤ ꯑꯩꯅ ꯁꯦꯂꯦꯅꯥ ꯄꯥꯏꯗꯣꯏꯅꯦꯕ ꯏꯕꯥꯅꯤꯅ ꯔꯨꯜ ꯇꯧꯕꯤ ꯈꯣꯠꯄꯤ ꯌꯥꯝ ꯂꯩꯔꯝꯕꯅꯦ ꯊꯥꯏꯅ ꯇꯣꯔꯅꯤꯗ ꯀꯩꯗ ꯈꯪꯗꯦ ꯊꯤꯕ ꯐꯪꯉꯔꯣꯏ ꯍꯧꯖꯤꯛꯇꯤ ꯚꯤꯗꯤꯑꯣꯗꯣ ꯐꯗꯤ ꯐꯖꯈꯤꯕꯅꯦ ꯌꯥꯝ ꯁꯦꯂꯦꯅꯥ ꯅꯇꯥꯂꯤꯌꯥ ꯇꯧꯔꯒ ꯍꯥꯏꯗꯤ ꯀꯃꯥꯏ ꯍꯥꯏꯅꯤ ꯑꯦꯅꯤꯃꯤꯁꯤ ꯃꯄꯥꯟ ꯊꯣꯛꯍꯟꯕ ꯉꯝꯗꯕꯗꯣ ꯈꯤꯇꯪ ꯊꯣꯛꯄꯗ ꯁꯦꯂꯦꯅꯥꯅ ꯅꯇꯥꯂꯤꯌꯥꯅ ꯈꯣꯠꯂꯛꯀꯅꯤ ꯑꯃꯨꯛ ꯈꯜꯂꯦ ꯑꯗꯩ ꯁꯦꯂꯦꯅꯥꯅ ꯑꯃꯨꯛ ꯁ꯭ꯇꯟ ꯄꯥꯅꯤ ꯈꯟꯕ ꯃꯤꯁꯦ ꯃꯄꯥꯟ ꯑꯝꯇ ꯊꯣꯛꯍꯟꯗꯕꯤꯗ ꯃꯦꯞꯇꯨꯃ ꯄꯨꯔꯥ ꯄꯥꯏꯁꯜꯂ ꯁꯥꯟꯅꯕꯩ ꯐꯖꯕ ꯒꯦꯝ ꯌꯥꯝ ꯂꯩꯈꯤꯕꯅꯦ ꯍꯧꯖꯤꯛꯇꯤ ꯊꯤꯕꯒ ꯑꯃꯨꯛ ꯈꯪꯉꯔꯣꯏꯗ ꯖꯤꯄꯦ ꯅꯝꯕꯔ ꯍꯥꯞꯁꯦ ꯀꯩꯁꯤꯜꯂꯦ QR ꯀꯣꯗ ꯑꯣꯏꯅ ꯅꯥꯀꯟꯗꯒ ꯊꯦꯠꯁꯤꯔꯕ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯁꯨ ꯄꯞꯖꯤ ꯀꯩꯅꯣ ꯏꯁꯇ꯭ꯔꯤꯃꯔ ꯃꯌꯥꯝꯒꯤ ꯇꯥꯏꯞꯇ ISC ꯌꯦꯡꯁꯦ ꯕ꯭ꯔꯣ ISC ꯒ꯭ꯔꯦꯁ YTꯗ ꯂꯣꯏ ꯐꯪꯕꯅꯤ ꯀꯣꯗꯤ ꯍꯥꯏꯂꯥꯏꯠꯇ ꯐꯪꯕꯅꯤ ꯀꯣꯗꯤ ꯍꯥꯏꯂꯥꯏꯠꯇ ꯇꯪꯈꯥꯏ ꯑꯃ ꯌꯥꯎꯔꯝꯒꯅꯤ ꯀꯣꯗꯤ ꯍꯥꯏꯂꯥꯏꯠꯇ ꯕ꯭ꯔꯣ IGN ꯅꯞꯄꯒꯤꯗꯤ ꯌꯦꯡꯁꯦ IGN ꯅꯞꯄꯒꯤꯗꯣ ꯑꯗꯨꯁꯨ ꯒ꯭ꯔꯦꯁꯇ ꯂꯩꯔꯝꯒꯗ꯭ꯔꯥ IGN ꯅꯞꯄꯤꯗꯨꯁꯨ ꯇ꯭ꯔꯣꯜ ꯄꯤꯛꯀ ꯇꯧꯔ ꯅꯞꯄꯅꯤꯗ ꯑꯗꯨ ꯃꯇꯝꯗꯨꯗ ꯗꯤꯒꯤꯅꯦ ꯅꯅꯥꯅꯦ ꯃꯤꯟꯆꯤꯇꯥꯔꯅꯦ ꯐ꯭ꯔꯦꯡꯀꯣꯅꯦ ꯑꯗꯩ ꯀꯅꯥꯅꯣ ꯀ꯭ꯂꯣꯠꯀ ꯇꯧꯔ ꯅꯞꯄ ꯒꯦꯝ ꯂꯣꯏꯈ꯭ꯔꯦ ꯑꯗꯣ ꯁꯣꯝ ꯅꯥꯀꯟꯒꯤꯁꯦ ꯍꯧꯗ꯭ꯔꯤꯖꯥꯠꯂꯥ ꯉꯁꯤꯗꯤ ꯃꯥꯗꯤ ꯋꯥꯔꯕꯅꯦ ꯉꯁꯤꯁꯦ ꯁꯦꯇꯔꯗꯦꯁꯦ ꯂꯥꯏꯚ ꯅꯨꯡꯇꯤꯒꯤ ꯁꯨꯇꯤ ꯂꯧꯒꯦ ꯇꯧꯕꯅꯦ ꯑꯗꯣ ꯉꯁꯤꯁꯦ ꯋꯥꯁ ꯄꯥꯔꯇꯤ ꯂꯩꯕꯒꯤꯅꯦ ꯋꯥꯁ ꯄꯥꯔꯇꯤꯁꯦ ꯃꯤꯁ ꯇꯧꯕ ꯌꯥꯗꯦꯕ ꯋꯥꯁ ꯄꯥꯔꯇꯤꯁꯦ ꯃꯤꯁ ꯇꯧꯕ ꯌꯥꯗꯦ ꯁꯤꯃꯗꯤ 3 minutes ꯉꯥꯏꯔꯦ ꯁꯣꯝ ꯅꯥꯀꯟꯒꯤ PYJ ꯒꯦꯝ ꯇꯧꯈ꯭ꯔꯕ PYJ ꯒꯦꯝ ꯁꯥꯟꯅꯔꯤ ꯑꯗꯨꯝ ꯁꯥꯞ ꯗ꯭ꯔꯥꯒꯟ ꯐꯨꯕꯒꯤ ꯊ꯭ꯔꯤ ꯃꯤꯅꯤꯠꯁꯦ ꯀꯩ ꯌꯦꯡꯉꯦ ꯁꯤ ꯊꯣꯛꯂꯛꯄ ꯑꯩꯉꯣꯟꯗ
ꯃꯌꯥꯝ
ꯑꯃꯨꯛꯀꯁꯨ ꯊꯣꯛꯂꯛꯑꯦ
ꯑꯩ ꯑꯜꯀꯣꯍꯣꯜ ꯃꯨꯛ ꯇꯧꯕꯤꯌꯣꯅ ꯀꯃꯦꯟ ꯃꯌꯥꯝ ꯑꯃ ꯂꯥꯛꯑꯦꯕꯀꯣ
ꯑꯩꯅ ꯊꯣꯟꯕ ꯅꯠꯇꯦꯀꯣ ꯖꯦ ꯑꯩꯅ ꯊꯣꯟꯕ ꯅꯠꯇꯦꯀꯣ
ꯈꯔꯗꯤ ꯀꯨꯏꯔꯦꯀꯣ ꯒꯣꯜ
ꯑꯩꯉꯣꯟꯗ ꯔꯦꯀꯃꯦꯟꯗꯦꯁꯟ ꯚꯤꯗꯤꯑꯣꯁꯦ ꯍꯥꯏꯗꯤ ꯈꯪꯗꯦꯅꯦ ꯀꯅꯥꯅ ꯁꯦꯝꯗꯣꯛꯄ ꯑꯣꯏꯖꯥꯠꯅꯣ ꯁꯤꯕꯣ ꯕ꯭ꯔꯣ ꯐꯨꯜꯂꯤ ꯕꯤꯜ ꯍꯥꯟꯅ ꯍꯜꯂꯛꯎ ꯍꯥꯏꯔ ꯐꯨꯜꯂꯤ ꯕꯤꯜ ꯍꯜꯂꯛꯀꯅꯤ ꯍꯥꯏꯗꯤ ꯁꯤꯒꯤ ꯑꯦꯀꯥꯎꯟꯁꯦ ꯄ꯭ꯔꯤꯃꯤꯌꯝ ꯑꯦꯀꯥꯎꯟꯅꯦꯕ ꯄ꯭ꯔꯤꯃꯤꯌꯝ ꯑꯦꯀꯥꯎꯟ ꯍꯥꯏꯁꯦ ꯑꯇꯣꯞꯄ ꯑꯩꯒꯤ ꯑꯦꯀꯥꯎꯟ ꯅꯠꯇꯦꯕ ꯁꯤꯁꯦ ꯑꯇꯣꯞꯄ ꯑꯦꯀꯥꯎꯟꯅꯦꯕ ꯄ꯭ꯔꯤꯃꯤꯌꯝꯁꯦ ꯉꯥꯏꯔꯁꯤꯁꯦ 1 minute ꯉꯥꯏꯔꯁꯤꯁꯦ ꯌꯨꯇ꯭ꯌꯨꯕꯁꯤꯅ ꯃꯔꯣꯟ ꯑꯃ ꯆꯦꯇꯦꯟ ꯗꯥꯏꯔꯤ ꯉꯥꯛ ꯊꯣꯛ ꯂꯩꯔꯦ ꯆꯦꯇꯦꯟ ꯗꯥꯏꯔꯤꯅ ꯆꯔꯥ ꯋꯥꯟꯕꯒꯤ ꯆꯦꯇꯦꯟꯁꯦ ꯕ꯭ꯔꯣꯒꯤ ꯑꯥꯏꯗꯣꯜꯅꯦ ꯃꯥꯅꯦ ꯑꯗꯨꯗꯤ ꯑꯆꯥꯄꯣꯠ ꯆꯥꯒꯦꯀꯣ ꯅꯣꯏ ꯃꯌꯥꯝ ꯃꯈꯣꯟ ꯇꯥꯎ ꯂꯥꯏꯟ ꯑꯞꯁꯦ ꯀ꯭ꯂꯨ ꯈꯔ ꯍꯥꯏꯔꯣ ꯂꯥꯏꯟ ꯑꯞꯇ ꯌꯥꯝꯅ ꯀꯩꯅꯣ ꯇꯧ ꯈꯪꯕ ꯑꯃꯗꯤ ꯑꯣꯏꯔꯅꯤ ꯃꯤ ꯑꯃꯇꯪꯗꯅꯤꯀꯣ ꯃꯤ ꯑꯃꯇꯪꯗ ꯌꯥꯝ ꯈꯪꯕꯗꯤ ꯑꯣꯏꯅꯤ ꯑꯗꯣ ꯑꯇꯩꯗꯤ ꯑꯦꯁ ꯌꯨꯖꯨꯑꯦꯜ ꯑꯣꯏꯅꯤ ꯕ꯭ꯔꯣꯗꯤ ꯆꯨꯔꯨꯞ ꯊꯛꯄ꯭ꯔꯣ ꯕ꯭ꯔꯣ ꯆꯍꯤ ꯁꯨꯗ꯭ꯔꯤꯅ ꯕ꯭ꯔꯣ ꯑꯗꯨꯒꯨꯝꯕꯒꯤ ꯇꯧꯁꯨ ꯇꯧꯔꯣꯏꯀꯣ ꯃꯨꯀꯦꯁ ꯑꯝꯕꯥꯅꯤ ꯊꯦꯡꯛ ꯌꯨ ꯐꯣꯔ ꯗ
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back
40,000
to the
ꯁꯨꯄꯔ ꯆꯦꯠ
Mythic Showdown Season 2, and we
ꯃꯨꯀꯦꯁ
just
ꯑꯝꯕꯥꯅꯤꯅ
had a
ꯁꯨꯄꯔ ꯆꯦꯠ
very exciting
ꯊꯥꯔꯛꯄꯒꯤꯗꯃꯛꯇ
match
ꯊꯦꯡꯛ
where
ꯌꯨ
we're
ꯕ꯭ꯔꯣ
heading back
ꯊꯦꯡꯛ ꯌꯨ ꯐꯣꯔ ꯗ
straight up
ꯁꯨꯄꯔ
into the
ꯆꯦꯠ
action, into the draft phase of course, which is going to be the second game of the evening.
ꯁꯨꯄꯔ ꯆꯦꯠꯀꯤ
So
ꯏꯁꯩ
without
ꯑꯃ
any
ꯊꯥꯔꯛꯑꯒꯦ
further ado,
ꯑꯗꯨꯗꯤ
let me introduce myself back again. I'm Ray, and I'm going to be joined again, of course, my brother here, as TZ. And with it, I think we're going to show that we can sing. There we go. And it's going to be between team. Of course, it will be a TZ, don't worry about it. Which are the teams? Come on, you do the introduction.
So, Team Eternal Torment versus Team Jaku Sena. This was the game, so well known. Mention that
ꯁꯣꯏꯒꯦ ꯇꯧꯔꯤꯗ ꯄ꯭ꯂꯦꯁꯦ ꯍꯟꯖꯜꯂꯒ ꯊꯥꯔꯝꯕꯅꯤꯗ ꯀꯩꯗꯣ ꯀꯣꯛꯀ ꯉꯥꯎꯋꯤꯗ ꯇꯧꯔꯤꯁꯦ ꯂꯤꯂꯣꯡ ꯀꯣꯂꯦꯖꯀꯤ ꯏꯁꯩꯁꯦ ꯃꯔꯣꯝ ꯑꯁ ꯀꯣꯛ ꯌꯥꯝ ꯉꯥꯎꯍꯜꯂꯦꯀꯣ
You know, a quick question to you, Tami. This is an expanding river map, right? So, you know, such maps really give so much importance to this quick rotation. So, we're looking at, you know, really brawly kind of game for this one. What do you expect?
ꯃꯩꯇꯩ ꯉꯥꯛꯇꯔꯣ ꯂꯥꯏꯟ ꯑꯞꯇꯣ ꯔꯤꯚꯤꯜ ꯇꯧꯔꯀꯥꯟꯗ ꯈꯪꯒꯅꯤ ꯔꯤꯚꯤꯜ ꯇꯧꯔꯀꯥꯟꯗ ꯈꯪꯒꯅꯤꯕ ꯔꯨꯕꯤ ꯕꯣꯕꯤ ꯃꯤꯠ ꯁꯣꯛꯑꯦꯀꯣ ꯑꯩ ꯃꯤꯠ ꯐꯖꯅ ꯁꯣꯛꯑꯦ Bobby Ruby in Ure Mitchell, Naxandra Udra, Lapa the Udra, Bobby Moyang Temp. Thank you for the 40 rupees super chat. Mayam super chat guys, like them Zanzigo. Thank you. A big shout out to Bobby Moyang Temp.
Try to get something out when you are rotating for the turtle, and that will be the one thing
Multi
that
ngata
both of the teams will be trying
Untitled
to
ka
You know, I mean, looking at this draft,
in heaven untitled ka in heaven khang de da bro si Super Justin guy je mai tem cha ngani si khang gom to.
because one, like you mentioned, you can rotate fast, you can actually
Blue
give the
team je
pressure
blue
on
team
the
je mai tem
side
cha
boost,
yaw
right?
mal.
So because of that, all the sandwich plays or the
Kai len san ne bro mitta
situations will be very often in the map.
mitta san de phai men de mit sana ko.
No,
EXP de am sana janing bane do phai men de mit adum tare.
you know, that also opens up so much strategy. So how different do you think the Khalid would be in a match where there is an expanding river instead of the broken walls? Because the Khalid is the one who will instigate those team fight, will be the one who will be exerting the pressure into the jungle, right? So in that
Untitled has two Manipuri. Okay. My team is ani.
Inside of team Untitled, and they're really the one that can punish you so much.
Yeah, the Khalid could be kind of questionable here, but still, the expanding rivers gives you the movement. But Khalid is one of the heroes who already has a lot of movement because of the sand. If he has his passive, he can just go it out. So Khalid could give you that priority, or let's say can give you the advantage when it comes to the initiation. And early game wise, I think In Heaven has a lot of advantage thanks to the Esmeralda too. Even if she is not more onto the sustain, the damage is still going to be coming up. Even she has the level 3 or the level 4 mark, she just gets the ultimate, she gets the fall shaman, she can initiate, but the damage will also be coming up. But looks like the draft is over. Both of the sides this time, it is not going to be a fighter kind of a game, it is an assassin going up against an assassin.
We have seen what could be said for the side of the Untitled. The Hayabusa can really go for the split push as well, and enough grounds to cover with their draft. And take one final look before we head into the game, and we are looking at the spells these teams are going for. But anything unusual that you're looking at for this game?
Drop se kana na fazabe helino. In heaven na fazabe hele drop se pot se yip ki counter am su yaw re yip ki counter ani ni ne. As Khalid su paisan be ai. Yip ta paisan be ai hero je kana no. Khalid lapu Esmeralda jo jo lag pe ai.
The marksman role can be played it out, and she is a mid laner which is going to be dishing out the magic damage.
Pick se fabdi fazai adubu untitled na sanaraga di ko. Kato ka ton ke ka to ga yo ji yaw ko yo ji ju hero sathi be hero ni ko yo je
she is able to itemize onto this fights, and the Kimmy
free tha do ga de yo na rule to de ba
caught up by the quad shadows as well as the OG shadow kill from the Hayabusa. That is going to be, the key objectives for either of the sides.
And a lot of pressure will be there from both the sides, because they are really some of those heroes that can actually go in and engage, especially for the Lapu Lapu.
Nupi ama yaw re. Oh, yip je nupi ni ko.
For the side of team Untitled.
Oh, sisine thumbnail da gido. Thumbnail da moina nupi ma happy khali ne.
So many heroes to
Chume de. Mai wa drum game si team de nupi yaw. Untitled to nupi yaw.
But Uranus can pretty much heal up from that damage.
Nupi ki team sina ka yairam madi bro.
Heal back the damage that he's receiving with his
Come by the.
But hey, we'll need to see how the game will be executed into the land.
Yengasi Untitled versus
for this game number 3
In Heaven.
into the third day of the Swiss stage. The MYTHIC Showdown Season 2, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this is presented to you by Wardrum Games as we head in the game for this matchup, and we'll see if the team will get that
Elon Musk sathi ba madui Ambani do lupa Sani do singo haibiu bro Ambani do lupa sani do mapuda amta singok figo ko. Thank you for the super chat. Yeah. Noigi WhatsApp group on to ko ai yeah kai de no me am gini ko.
The two of the teams previously have already made it out onto the 1-1, so they will be trying to join them out. But early games
Pazari kimi early games
down. This is why
kimi vi already seen it.
Can still be a valid pick onto the early game phase. They will be having quite of a control onto that, and looks like he is trying to get some visions onto the orange buff as well, making sure they are not taking it out. He is actually getting quite poked on.
Yeah, absolutely. In the early game, the Khalid can really do so much, and we'll take one look at the items, the prior items for these members, and we're not seeing
items
something
nate ko se
great apart from
emblems
the
ni
fact
ko
that,
caster na soy bane caster na hai je
you
item
are
sing
not
je yeng
seeing
si ni
one
ma hai je
so
ado ina haining ji
prioritizing the
emblem ni
rotation
sine
on the
si je
side, so they're just prioritizing the rotation, especially for Darky actually, which I'm kind of surprised. I think she does require this rotation, but expanding river, I don't think so. You need that. Just go for something like the bargain hunter for quick items, because your items will be much more important. Apart from the fact that the rotation will be maintained, you do not even need shoes necessarily for playing on this map. But again, it's more about positioning. You need
super
to
chigi anthem
play
ka or
your
mala
skills
super
and
chigi
something
anthem
after
am je
that
loi
with
punjan
the
ga ai
mindset
amaga tha
which
kani
is
game
more
no kan
important to this game. At the
game
same
no
time,
kan tha kani
the
ko
teams are making the rotations on towards the EXP lane for the first turtle to be spawning in.
GP
And
number hapo
they need
ambani
to set up
and max
properly,
my
man,
team
because
pk
if they do
bada
not get
chill
the
chill
trial set up, I
GP
think
di
they
hapo
can
ge ko
lose out the advantage for taking this
ado
one. Once again,
first
Darky
blood
will
who
be
will take first
taking
blood
down some
je
HP
karma team na
from
logani
Super Justin,
turtle
and
su
his
thole ko
POK does have
turtle
to
bu thola
revitalize.
di mi
So
funa ba horani
a very quick
mari
objective
mari
will be
natraga
there
manga
on
manga
mid lane. A lot of skirmish going in,
joy ju
but
stack full da la
Flicker really beat it
full
out
stack
early
joy
on.
ne
There will be the
adu
electrifying
kanam
rotation
sinade sigi
process
turtle
from
si da
Flick,
khangani
but it will wait out. Vitalize from Super Justin, but at the same time they're getting zoned
to
out.
ka to ka jadi
Moves
chatani
down a
ma
lot
kem
more,
yaude
but
ko to
they're
ka
still
jadi
trying
kem
to find
yaude bi
out.
jang bai ni ko
Kata might be in a big trouble.
moi
It's
team di lak
on
pi dre
AOG, and he will be first blood in this game. With this, the RWM will be drawn down, but the Flicker will be saving.
ado lo nga ta ni
And he will be getting out.
CC yo yo jina ada langre
Who's gonna get retribution is still a question, but Esmeralda will be low down
nice
on
retribution
HP, but
nice
fire boost
retribution
out of
untitled
30.
ki retribution ni ko
The turtle, but Esmeralda still trying to run out towards the safety, able to do so, but
first blood
one
ti
kill
in heaven na loge
of team Untitled.
Yeah, there's good zoning coming out from the side of Team in Heaven actually. Once they got the first blood, they did make sure, Super Justin is not going to be there onto those team fights.
WY7
And
hai
he didn't
i7
have the
su
level
yo
4
de bi
mark
da ma
for his
hai
side as well. Taki is quite low. Joy does has the electrifying beats, but looks like she will be aware of the fact that Katot could just taunt
I show
him,
speed na
so
to bu tro
he will just be going
sur
for it.
hon
He
bai
will
su
finally
W
lose
speed
out
na
onto
to
the
bu to
bot as well,
edit
but
sem
still,
ga
the Uranus will somehow be able to sustain the damage, but he has the Purify and
Gang
Shield
amala
to
hai
revitalize, so that will be the one
si
thing
doira
trying to avoid. Oh, Nore?
Still survives.
ai
Oh my
storm
goodness,
da
but
har
not
kre
for
tu
too
amamam
long. Kit Kat said, not
1
good
for
day,
1
but he cannot find this. It's 1 for 1 for both the teams, but more rotation coming through. I don't think so. They are trying to take another fight.
Kevin
here.
gi
They
Fanny
just go for
sisu
disengage,
nai di nai bane
Yeah, it was a goal lane for a goal lane trade actually. Even if the CC did dive in onto that factor, she was taken down onto the process, so it was an okay-ish kind of a trade. But looks like the itemization wise, CC decided to go out for the Fury Hammer first, so it will give you out the additional damage which will be requiring for the fact that you are a goal laner, and somehow
ado
some way it
guys
is not
hujiki
hurting
tournament
you
hujiki
if
matam hujiki
you're not
meta
some
sida
kind of a goal laner
mayam na
if you're
tawni
coming
jengo
up.
ba
So something is
thane gi
definitely
split
required
push
to dish out
split
some
push to
damage,
khotpa
and
adu
looks
di
like
kem u
the,
gidreba
tur-
huji
the
matam da
turtle
je
will be
fight ne ba
spawning onto the
fight
next
dang team
25
fight ngam
seconds.
magadi
Both
game
of the
ka
teams
hujiki
will be going back
team
for now.
fight ngata
They
ne
will be
hujiki
trying to just do the basic rotations, and as well as try to secure
khu
their
hong je
buffs,
po je loi
not
game
getting
je
invaded, and that will
play
be
style loi
kind of
hong
the
e ba
priority.
matam
But
gi
this is an
matung ina
expanding rivers, so looks like both of the teams, they will be trying their best in terms of the contention of the second turtle. And Heaven has it first, so they
sina
do
loi
have
bo
the initial
yamaga
stake.
lei
But
ko
in terms of the gold,
yamaga
the Untitled
crooks
are
requiem ga lei ko
actually evening
crooks
it
requiem
out.
ga yama esports ga lei
Yeah, I mean, the gold is definitely into their hands, but it's not too much of a lead. We just get taken back, but again, the turtle
ado
objective, the neutral objective will be there, and both the teams would try to
turtle
incorporate
contest la
some of the rectification that they want to make from the previous fight. The mistakes should not be repeated, but the Bravest fighter will be going in with a lot of damage, but still the zoning out is there. Neither of the team is actually fighting the turtle. They're going for a full-fledged fight this time. The RWM will be the play.
haya je ngo haya ti kai tano
The jungle is down, but Mihawk will be taken down shortly after. Two members down from the other team, not Untitled team in Heaven, and with this, Untitled should get the prio. They're really zoned out towards their own side of the jungle. The HP might be low on towards Kevin, but his team is there to
Free
support
turtle.
him, and
free
an
turtle
easy turtle that they will be able to secure.
Yeah, Untitled gets the turtle this time, and it was actually Untitled as
Daki
well.
mit
So
tau ka noi tau
they will be expanding the lead, and that was actually a really good
Mika
initiation
sawa
into
asin
the
nu piji ko
turtle
ga
lane
nu
as
sibat
well, with Daki using the RW as well as being combined
Yeah,
with
yeah.
AOG,
Noi
the
commenting ji
combination
yai ko.
coming up. So that gave them the
haya
upper hand
ji di
when
kappe
it came to
haya
the
kappe
contention of the turtle. So the lead is
mazu
quite
siram da
expanding,
i yau da
and
mazu
Team
mesan
in
mane
Heaven,
balti
they are
range
yet to
range
find
apang
a
ma me ta
proper
da
opening, and
jungle
slowly but
monster ta
surely
gi ba
Team in Heaven, they need to make sure they might be getting some shutdowns or maybe some gold onto their side, onto the mid. Poking is still going around, but it won't. It will still not be enough to get out the kills. And CC, onto my surprise, of course, she will be going out with the War Axe, completing
ESF5 tournament
the definitely a damage
Yes.
CC onto the gold. So she will be able to itemize out quite well compared to the Esmeralda.
Absolutely.
Kaino
And,
yip se no piro mane yip to no
it's
pini
not
ko.
really the best suit for either of these teams. Yes, the Hayabusa does require the snowball, but he does not have much kills onto him. Instead, he has 2 assists, but still the gold does count, right? Any kind of gold is gold for the Hayabusa to actually just pry out the items. But again, a quick lane switch up will be there onto the map from the side of Team Untitled, and with this, they will be just, preparing for the next turtle soon. But at the same time, you can see the top lane will be the priority for Team In Heaven. They want to put pressure, but at the same time, they're skeptical positioning of Team Untitled, so they do not want to just push their luck, just take a fight. Being really careful, a good sign for them, because point all they need to do is farm. If they get proper farm, they can dish out the damage. But problem is, even your opponents will be getting the farm.
Bilgi torni jikam kante ujino. January de urani January de.
Wait for the mid to late game here, so Itami.
Yeah, it would be actually a better option because you will be able to even up when it comes to
Mikasawa di yai ne.
I think you did mention it out.
Yeah.
Just goes back and okay, she will not be.
Bro ge wakhan ti nuai lai bane bo. Yeah.
Khalid is still playing the poking game. Raki might just go down. Flicker being used out. Oh, that was an outplay as well.
No, Finn was a bit too extended. This time has to fall, get punished. Flicker with the art of length from Raki is not a good sign. No way will be onto the back, taking a down, and with this, Team In Heaven will be able to pick one more kill. But this seems like for Nore, she's able to flicker out, and with this, he will be surviving for how long is the question. But still, the side of Team Untitled, they do not want to take this any longer. And we do not see a third turtle in the game. Instead, we see a lot, but I don't think so. The side of will be picking up this one. So, in a way, I think we are still seeing
Isai makon se mom isai jina kai no to jina as isai makon. Amazu tai ko.
Some turrets, structures around the map. But still, Finn, he wants to play aggressive, gets the unbreakable taunt onto him.
Bitcoin yon ge ibil sponsor ta no ba. But the S Nelson.
But still, the damage is not really enough for them to punish the rest of the members here, Tami.
Yeah, even if it was kind of a shutdown, she was almost onto a killing spree. Taunt
Kan kha taw de
once
to ni
again.
to me to
Oh,
no.
the
Taw
raging
de to.
sandstorm being used out by Finn just to escape instead
Fight
of
slow yan chale.
initiating.
Nisen potha grabo. Nisen potha gre huji ko ina de.
Considering the fact that
Hingala kane ma jo.
when he gets the raging
Tum
sandstorm
mi
on,
ma
in
huji ko
making
tum mi.
phase, the cooldown timers are
Nupi
still up.
ngang
And
nupi
one
ngang
thing
question
about
give
Team
de ko. Ado
Untitled
ina haining
is
ise.
their draft is mostly
Nixon gi
dependent upon
side
the
of
team
stream da
comp.
lai raga
Once
di
Ramon
game
comes
sanaba
up,
khaga thadok piro game khaga sanamina ge ko.
Because I think they are still hungry for some blood.
Khoi gi manau da yamna wazara game sanam phangjadre ma je namjal laga sujal laga degi
Burning up those resources.
phamjal laga ne ma lai je.
But at the same time, they're just playing a discipline. They're not really trying to push their luck.
Bro ji kai dei no.
We can see on the screen
Ka game
that
play.
damage taken. Nori will be number 1 on the list.
Mai tem cha yaw
followed by
su.
Super Yui.
Si je
yeah,
untitled
Nori,
ta mai tem cha ani yaw hai.
yeah, damage taken he is number
Untitled
1,
ta
but
si blue team
I
je.
think in terms of the gold, it probably should be the CC or maybe the Hayabusa, and heal ranking is going to be Nore as well. The spokes are still coming around. Maybe they will be trying to invade onto the purple, but for now, Justin is just getting out the visions. I think Untitled, they should be on a really team fight taking kind of a position in order to make sure the trades would be quite worth it. Instead of that, they will be waiting for the major damage dealer. That is going to be that Hayabusa. But oh, Finn, once
Phadi
again,
phau gre phadi phau man me je.
He was in trouble, but able to get out with the Raging Sandstorm. But that's a huge resource burned up already. And with this, I think Team In Heaven might just have to play a bit defensive. The bot lane, you can see already, Uranus, that's going to be Super Yui trying to poke down the HP.
Kevin ga Justin ga je mai te ma chani EBT da Suzumi hoi ga pulam bane. Okay. Tem chani.
But they're not really too excited or too keen on taking this fight. But at the same time, it's not going to be enough because going in and taking down Coco.
Kaino lapu jam kan mane. Kaino
KitKat will take down Mihawk.
Lapu pai di kare ga na haina bani ko me yam na.
Down from the side of In Heaven, and this might just close their door for contesting for this lot, and Team Untitled will be more than happy to take it for themselves.
yeah, 2 for none. So it will be an uncontested lot for the side of Team Untitled. So good trade by far, considering
Nixon
the fact
mora
that
phajana
the
pham me
Lapu
handak ti
could be
yadre
a
ma.
crucial part, crucial team member for
ခါ
the
ခါဆို
side
ဖိ
of
ထား
Team
ဖိထားတော့
M7.
ပြ
There
တော့
is
ကော
another initiation onto the
အခွင့်ငန်းကိ
mid.
တော့ game ဆနာဆိုင်နေမွေးစု
Then drop down and
အ
they're
ဒု
going
နာ
for
မွေးမွေးနုပိက stream မြင်ခဒီ
He picks up the
ခါ
kill.
ခါဆိုထားတော့ပြတော့ကငန်းကိတော့မကုတ်ဖင်ငန်းကေပါ game
They're
စေ
still looking for more. The massive raging sandstorm, but still not enough. The Ogisha
ရတယ်နေပုင္မပန်မခိုင်တာကပကလွိုင်ဆလကေတုပ်နေငေဟာပနဟာလေဘကောပုင္မပန်မခိုင်တာကပက ညာသီးနာကတော့တုတ်ပြီးတယ်ဟိုက်တိုက်ရတယ်
falling too, so with this, three members once more down. And in heaven, they're losing the advantage. Oh, that was too close, but still not really enough, nearly enough. But with this, I think Untitled, they're getting the better trade for sure.
Yeah, Mihawk might just be taken down as well. Look at the damage coming up from his
direct yo na nangandagi kita ko sida
One hit was all it would have been taken. Maybe a Sky Piercer would have done a job, but Novi goes in with Falling Star Moon trying to clear out those minions, but the Lord is still up, and I think Untitled still have the better trades. It will only be the inhibitor towers remaining, or maybe more.
going to you
The holy defense will be proc down, but
Betty,
still, I
no,
don't think
hombre.
they have minions to actually push in from the bot lane. But no, mid and the top lane, they have minions, but they're
930 hoi 930 ta ga di bell ni ko mage bell thing gre dang launa
Oh, Kevin just goes back.
is wow nice ulti adu bu si ko
Here is the trade.
khalit gelti paina ulti me san ba tarak tri kan da
No,
tawe
not gonna be enough
aya ge ulti na thu be le
time though.
Oh, there is another initiation once again.
Yeah.
Oh, Renty just goes in onto Taki.
Okay,
And
they
she
ain't
will
could
be
cut
falling
so
off onto this process.
Chance
This
to
time,
get
Super
down,
Justin goes down as well. That will be a 2 for none. Actually, a 3 for none for the side of Team Untitled. And looks like in heaven, they are slowly but surely coming back with the overextension that happened from the side of Team Untitled. And it will be Team Heaven trying to find out more of the advantage. More looks like they will be going in directly onto the mid, but dead timers are already up, and Untitled will be back onto the land of Dawn.
Ooh, the fights are really close.
BM
From
tengah
the
guys.
time you're
One
looking
second,
at
one
them,
second.
It was like almost as if Team Untitled that team fight, but then the turn around from Team in Heaven. But right now they are able to defend it, although they have lost most of the second tiers. The inhibitors are really low on HP, but I still feel Team in Heaven, they have a fight in them. They are not really going down this easily. They are trying to just capitalize on the fact that they can still punish Team Untitled, because one wrong positioning and will be just easily taken down. Anyone on the map can be taken down if they just misstep, or if they overstep or overextend at any point.
Okay.
This stage with the Lord spawning in, I think both the teams
Lord
might
to
not
leko,
take
Lord
on
to
the
leko.
pick-off, right? As of
Sounds like a
now, we're
permanent
talking
shield.
about it, right? The electrifying beast stuff from Renty, but it's not going to be taking down anyone. But still, the bravest
Kana
fighter
nung
going
may
in
fight
onto
khang je ko.
Super Yui, but he's able to heal back up. Nora is there onto the front
Chalan
line,
ni chalan ni
trying to
Henman
somehow
Grey ma.
she's getting some expand this
mi gi
time,
thongan yaw
too
re
much
du
to
hing
do.
doi ro
Oh, no,
Yes, it
okay chale
guessing more members in trouble, and this time Mihawk cannot find an escape. Double kill for Kevin. And with his Team Untitled once again having the priority on this team fight, the electrifying beast once again comes in, but not dealing enough damage. He needs to back out. And with this, Renty will be going to the safer side of the map, away from the harm's way, but this will give the advantage to Team
fight se
Untitled.
ka mai ni am messy oi fight si yeng bu
Yeah, the second
Messy
uncontested
fights.
Lord and the
The money there.
overextension from Nore will be costing Team in Heaven the second objective, and looks like Rinty will be going back with the electrifying beats, and this defense is definitely going to be tougher than the previous one, considering the fact they only have the inhibitors remaining, and the inhibitors HP doesn't look too good for me. It depends upon how well Team Untitled are able to sync out onto those lanes, and look at the goal difference. I think Untitled are having more of an advantage. Actually, it is the Esmeralda who has more gold compared to the CC, but when it comes to the sustain as well as the overall goal, that might be giving Team Untitled the advantage. But there's the team fight once again.
sidhi loi du male
Oh, they're
Oh,
looking
another
for more this
engage.
time.
I think this is it,
there is
guys.
RWM, but still Finn will be the one
Lapu
taken
pai
down.
ga bada
Still the ball is
as
not cleared, and team
isa thi be ho
Heaven,
pai
they're
ga
trying their best, they're
Come
trying
back now,
their
Adrian.
most to clear out the waves, to clear out the Lord, and they will be able to do so, but the inhibitor has already fallen. The mid on the top lane, the more waves they come in, the more problem it will be for Team in Heaven actually to defend this round. The base is crystal is really low, and with this, Untitled will be the one claiming the victory.
GG
Yeah,
Well played,
good
well
game
played.
coming out from the side of Team Untitled.
ado Yamagi play ama lei ko Yamagi play sin last oi dini
On to the
draft
first
over ni ko
round.
drafting
The
starts
job
in
was
2
not
minutes
actually
hai ko
done, but they were able to prioritize the towers, and onto the second one, they did make sure once the Esmeralda over engaged, they went out for the second objective.
Nelson
And the lane
Kathela
syncing
Kai
was
lam dai
off
no bro
right up to the
Khayam
point,
pali
so
dai
they
Khayam pali
did
dai
make sure without
Kai
even
Khampli ki
taking
mana
out
om nap de waje
all of the members, they directly went out onto the Nexus and they were able to do the job. So good game coming up from the side of Team Untitled. So In Heaven will be the one falling off onto the 0-2 bracket. So it is looking out quite tough for them, but it will be Untitled for this game who will be taking the victory. And there you go. The MVP is going to be none other than Daki. Daki
City
Singh
Frog Tai ko
onto the rescue for the side.
City Frog Tai ko
Crazy, right?
Bro
I
mid
think
sanabagi
quite
tips
well
ka haibiro
because she had very good positioning. And there were only 2 moments when she got punished.
Jo hen balai shram tau ko tau
Game. I think yesterday when I was casting her game, she was the one getting marked. And today, having a
comment se noi gi WhatsApp group on thoe ba ha
around this
tau
game.
tau
So far, I think she really contributed a lot, but we cannot forget how the rest of the team were actually able to play and punish within that, box that she actually created for the rest of the members. But still, Untitled, they were so
bro ga sanamina ba jai gi dream ne yare yare bu ok to phajana chamina ji ko hojik ti swine flu to bogi keno to bone koi manao Nelson kai thela ko mai je
Yeah, and the other main factor for this
ok
for
artist ne
Daki
ok
was
artist
she was able to outplay the Khalid onto the mid lane. That was actually quite impressive.
tai chi nom ta chamina ji kan de
Team Untitled
comment ta ko admaina
when it came to the teamwork, I think the most
kafan de ba ji kafan de ba na ta
highest
de
damage dealer
laga
would definitely be the Hayabusa, considering he has the highest goal for the side as well. So the rich guy is definitely going to
Ijat ki
him.
wani hai red team ji
Looking
di
at the overall stats, the goal difference was not that
ti
much.
khole ne Daki je du di guy
Objective
jale
difference, you can already
poti
see it
Daki
out.
is
Total
comment me aap
contention
jale
for
mo
the side of Team 11. They were not able to contest it out as well. So before the contention, they were losing out their members, and it did make sure Untitled will be
Monte Carlo 04 lava
extending their tower defense.
Lafu yaw do lafu yaw de
Gave them the
lafu yaw de last play ma wali ko mo ja last play ma ga tor ma se
when it came to the initiation, it was Team Untitled who had the better advantage.
Yeah, I mean, even if you take the head-to-head battle for this game, you might just see, the very difference in was more when they were taking the team fights, right? That's where the difference was there, because they were able to mark the proper members from the side of Team Untitled, whereas Team in Heaven, they were trying to break the formation, but every time they do that, they're overstepping or they're overextending into the
tau tau bro reply ka piak te
back them up. Nobody to
kai reply ni yeng reply tau jai ho dre ne
tough position.
reply ja ya ma matam da loi mak ti pi bani ko
Especially for the climbers, I would say even for Rinty, he was really ahead. Even though he was going in with the fine beats, but you could not see the damage actually turning out to the way that he wanted it to be, right? For him to just take down anyone he was actually getting near to.
Yeah, that is exactly the point.
Mid sana ba tip sabu bro mid sana ni nagi hero do ten ka chapmin na ro play tong min na ro dagi e experience ra goal do mong yeng mating pa ngo adu ni kaino mid sana ba mid sana ba tip centric sabu ni adu hai adi mid sana ba hai beching
So that did mark out an absence.
mid sana ga mayai da phudat na ga mayai gi mi match to hat pado mid sana ba ching de clear to ni khola ni situation do yeng mathak kumba makha kumba do tieng tu hai na ga mana kumba ga mateng pa game do
I think Team in Heaven had the
Ka badu
advantage, but it was on to the execution. It was Untitled who were able to outplay them with the fact they were getting more turtle contentions as well as
the carry tar kai no
and the rich guy is going to be the Hayabusa with most of the damage being dealt, and of course the carry, the sandbag, and the windman. Daki being the carry for the side of Team Untitled.
live se ngasi je modi potha ning ga bane Saturday su di thagan mani ko ja Saturday su di tha de
Unfortunately, the damage was
thado
way
ma
too
ge
much,
live
as
live
well as
last
the goal
game se
difference was showing up
thado ma
onto
ge
the itemizations as well. And of course the Gatot Kacha, perfectly combined with the Eve. Once uses the AOG, Daki did make sure her positioning was right, uses the RWM and made sure the enemies or the opponents are not escaping from the panel that the Eve creates.
Yeah, I mean, the chain CC was well placed, right, from each of their members. And it was so difficult to actually get out of that once you go in, because every time, like you mentioned, for then he had to use
Prime
the
Berserk
basic
ki
sandstorm
Saber
every
du di
time.
like khat paniko loi
That's
pam mane guy.
already a wasted resource. The player
Saber
has
mid lane do.
using sandstorm every time you use them. We use them as an engage tool, not an escape tool, being the roamer, being the main person to engage for this team fight. But hey, I think Team Untitled they
Fat man la
really
oren charge to la ga. Ai stream je guys social lagi Yamagi play mdi lai ne do moi je minute 35 ngai de ne ba aduna ai je stream je
was their side.
ngasi gi disfai do lo shena ba taw ga ai jo potha ga Saturday ne ko Saturday ko ni suti la wai na ji ne mathang gi Saturday
And that's a really good,
da su
way or strategy.
shuti tha ni
to
Saturday
try and
stream
achieve
je
it. But at the same time, I feel
6
lot
days a
goes to
week tha ka ne
also
6
the
days a
way
week
Hayabusa,
amada me
Hayabusa
taruk tang ne
Skeven
main tha
was
de
able to
je
actually
any
go in and punish the
Saturday
back
suti
line
lo de
and take
ado
out
good night
those
everyone
those
ma pa ta
crucial
bye bye
moments
bye
where
good night
the main
everyone
damage dealer would be him.
see you guys tomorrow
There was the lack of damage that we were talking about, right?
Yeah, and I think with this, we will be completing the third game as well, and we will be progressing onto the fourth game with a short break. So there will be a
short
new
break
set
ne
of casters,
ngai
as
bam
well
talis
as the final game will be played it out onto the 0-1 track.
lo chale de adu di ne ma'am lo chan ba je ma'am isai am tang ta bi cha pi go ba
Nilong College ki student singda finance ki kendi de marham sagi mai kai dagi bahut ki bi kya